And the Buffalo Bills are on the board. Knox, the tight end, just barely in, but he's got a knee down, which counts as 2 feet. Bradley Chubb was on the coverage, gets that one knee down. And look, we didn't want to go live until we had a touchdown. Why go live if there's no touchdown? You know what I mean? So here we go, 6-0, and it is Buffalo who strikes first in the first quarter with 7 minutes and 57 seconds on the clock. The extra point is good. Right through the upright. Stefon Diggs had a huge play on that drive. Let's see. Shout. All right. I can't believe I survived. Getting the computer plugged in over here.
$200 instantly. Just spend $5. DraftKings, listen to me. You listen good. I appreciate you for recognizing how valuable my time is. But instantly, stop. You're not gonna make me sweat a little bit? Feel some extra bumps in my chest while the game is going on?
Oh, man.
Oh, look, wait a minute. There's my $200. That was fast.
Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Bet just $5 to get $203 instantly. Action's so good. Why did NFL playoffs anywhere else?
Oh, I see what the problem is. You're not plugged in all the way. There we go. The extension cord wasn't plugged in all the way. All right. And now we got a plugged-in computer. So, all right. So if you're joining us right now, last night was pretty incredible. Last night was pretty amazing. It's almost not even fair to have to stream after that game. We saw Jacksonville come back from 27 points, maybe in the greatest playoff game I've ever seen as far as comeback. I've never seen a team come back from that many points. I wasn't alive when Frank Reich did it in 1992, and it was just to watch it all unfold in Jacksonville for the home crowd. This is just an amazing, magical night. And where does Trevor Lawrence, I'm going to save this because I know that the stream is still breathing and there's nobody in here right now. But I just want to say Trevor Lawrence went to Waffle House last night to celebrate his 27-point comeback win. So if I didn't like Trevor Lawrence before today, I'm in love with him now. To just take your family to Waffle House. I don't know. It just seems like he's such just a bro. You know what I mean? He's just a normal, down-to-earth dude. And I love that. So in this game, Buffalo strikes first, but they have to wait nearly until the middle of the first quarter to score. The first points come with 7 minutes.
Cover zero means all out pressure. We're going to have more guys than you can get. Well, they had coaches in the first game. Most of the we didn't realize we had enough guys. And that's where in the first game they got. We didn't do much game today. You just saw this play. The big one down to Diggs. Another great job. This is what makes Ken Dorsey, offensive coordinator, and Josh Allen so hard to deal with. You pressure him.
Shotgun formation. 4.
The game for the Dolphins, and he'll toss it over to Wilson.
Wow. Second snap of the game for the Dolphins. Thompson, the rookie.
Look at the bottom of the screen. You see Sean McDermott running in here before that touchdown. He's like, hey, I don't like this play. It's all up pressure. Okay, this isn't good. They're going to cover up. Nope. We got Josh Allen. was a good little play.
All right. So Thompson fakes the handoff, rolls off to his left, and throws an interception. Listen, this is going to be an ugly football game. This is going to be an ugly football game.
Didn't see Marlowe come all the way back. He was kind of hidden. Watch right here. You'll see 81. Smythe come out there, and right behind him is Marlowe just hiding, and you almost couldn't see him, and the ball kind of got away right there.
So Buffalo with the interception on Thompson. Tony Romo, before this game started, said one of the most dumb things I've heard in a while, but he was like, a lot of people aren't giving Miami a chance, and they struggled with Miami during the season, and this isn't going to be an easy win. I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? The Bills are maybe that you could argue the best team in the NFL. They're definitely the best team in the AFC, I think. And you got a Miami team that has a rookie quarterback that's, I mean, what do you mean it's going to be a close, hard-fought game? Like, even if Miami's defense plays good, what are they doing? They're offsides. It's a free play. Throw it up there, baby. And he does. And Josh Allen, really smart right there. Woo, sunglasses are off, boys and girls. Unless Miami gets to a crazy lead here, they might have to come back on. And you missed it because you left early, but it's a shame because we were down 27-0, and we grabbed those sunglasses. We changed that, and Jags came back and won. We did that on live TV, live podcast, not really TV, but we did that as a podcast, as a group, and you were busy making fun of me, so you couldn't even enjoy that moment. Good morning from Miami. Meds incoming. Uh-oh. Tyler's about to be on the moon. Man in motion. Allen in shotgun. Allen finds 10. Who's 10? Who's 10? Who is that? Sakar?
For the rookie from Boise State, who had 10 catches.
Rookie from Boise State. Okay.
Already has 2 in the first quarter.
Okay, that checks. Shakira. Shakira. All right. So the last touchdown went to Knox. Stephon Diggs had the really big play that led to the touchdown. If you're just joining us now, 6 minutes and 5 seconds in the first quarter. It's 3rd and 1. Josh Allen's under center. Shakir in motion. It's going to be a handoff, and that is going to be good for a first down. 5:45 left in the first and ticking. The Buffalo Bills, they got a little chippiness going on in the field. Really would have absolutely loved to be able to see Tua in this game. Halftime with brothers. It's going to be a brothers phone call halftime type of day. So you guys stay tuned for that. And I'm a full minute ahead. That's a shame. I have no idea why when it comes to streaming. Dalvin Cook's brother's going to score. Dalvin Cook's brother touchdown. Add 6 to the score. What is the over-under in this game? Look, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you what I put in. This is Jacksonville Jaguars were underdogs, 2.5. It's like, okay, give me the Jags at home, Duval. Buffalo Bills, 13.5. I mean, look, if you take them straight up, it's like minus 900. I'll never do that. But I said 13.5, give me Buffalo. And with this extra point, They do have 13.5. There it is. There it is. 14. Let's just hold that all day. Let's keep those vibes going right there, Buffalo. And then we got the Baltimore Ravens. Damn. I didn't want to do that.
Now that you've moved back home,
I got the wrong game selected. Wait, I wanted the Bengals 8.5. She took the Ravens at 8.5. Listen, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that later. That is not a now thing. I even apologize for bringing it up. So this is the scenario. They're going with Thompson, a guy that hasn't really played much football. I thought that they could go with Teddy Bridgewater, but Teddy Bridgewater broke his fingers. So this is their best option is Skylar Thompson. It was 2-3. Fourth, I saw his fourth snap was an interception. That's how Buffalo just got the ball back. I turned on the game on his third snap, and it was a handoff. So I don't know what happened. I know Buffalo scored their first touchdown with 7 minutes and 37 seconds in the first quarter. Not too sure what happened before that. I was actually kind of going back and forth about recording this game just because of the matchup, to be quite frank. It's just not a good matchup for the playoffs. And this is another good sidebar to bring up. I haven't seen playoffs really this lopsided in a very long time. If you look at the wild card round, I mean, we expect this game to be a blowout. I expected San Francisco to be a blowout, which it ended up being. Good game at half. You got to give Seahawks credit. They fought hard, went into halftime with that lead, 17-16. They did as well as they could have. That was kind of my concern at halftime for the Seahawks. I said, the best case scenario has already happened. There's no way it repeats. So the 49ers is kind of a blowout. You look at the Ravens playing with no Lamar Jackson in Cincinnati. That's probably going to be a blowout. Then you got this game that's a blowout. And, I mean, usually there may be one, but it's just the NFL is probably not too happy about how the wild card round played out. I mean, if Tua was healthy and Lamar was healthy, it's just injuries. You can't be mad at people for being hurt. But it definitely hurts their numbers, and, NFL cares about that stuff. So definitely going to hurt because I think this game could easily be 28-0 at half. I really do. So we are back in Buffalo. Tamar Hamlin, watching from home. My heart is with the boys. Nothing more I want than to be out there with them. My heart is with the boys. As the brotherhood of the bond of football. Tamar Hamlin, we love you. All right, so this ball is kicked off. And it's going to bounce into the back of the end zone like most do. 25-yard line. For Skylar Thompson, can he turn it around? Now we saw Trevor Lawrence turning around yesterday, but Trevor Lawrence is also Trevor Lawrence. He can go back to his mind and remember who he is, that he's that guy. Skylar Thompson doesn't have those moments yet in the NFL, so I don't predict him to do any kind of bounce back. Unfortunately, I hope he does. Football is better when it's competitive. Let's go, Skylar. Under center. Changing the play. Tyreek Hill, bottom of the screen. Tight end in motion. He's going to hand this one off. And there you go, yeah. That's going to be a gain of 8. When Miami played Buffalo the second time, not the first time, but the second time in Buffalo, Miami was surprising in that game where they almost won the game, but they went out and they ran the ball for 160 yards in the third quarter. It was insane. Miami was planning for it to snow a lot, and it didn't actually snow until there was like 2 minutes left in the game. But Miami was planning for it. So they just implemented a crazy run game. They need to get back to that. Just run the damn ball. And there you go. Run it again. That's got to be the game plan here. Run the ball, try to slow down the momentum, go on some long drives, open up some play action stuff so you can get some easy open wide receivers.
Matt Milano's finally getting the love he deserves. I mean, that's a huge honor. And he has great instincts. He has the ability to cover, rush, get through multiple gaps.
Wilson Jr., 11 total yards. See if they can get these guys more involved. Gesicki in motion. See if he goes that way. Oh my God, throw it. he pump faked him. And then he realized, holy shit, this guy's wide open. And then he throws it to him. Why is he spinning the football, dude? You're down 14 and it's a playoff game. Get back on offense. You don't have time to spin footballs.
Huge play.
Thank you.
First down, it calms you down. Crowd noise is loud.
So, coffee.
They go down and put points on the board. If you all of a sudden give it right back to him right there.
All right. So 3 minutes and 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Snapped. Scanning. Looking. Intended for Tyreek Hill, just a bit outside. Incomplete. Stops the clock at 3:01. Second down.
So you look at Thompson. Well, you see, when you're guarding him, you get to have
It's a mustache morning.
You got to get your hands on Tyreek Hill. But why are you not scared of a deep throw here? Because right on top of you,
It's a very physical play.
His career is a safety, and that's what matters. You know, if you don't have a safety over the top of Tyreek Hill, there's no way you're going to jam him like that and stay on him that
What about the floor?
Outstanding job by Leslie Frazier and Sean McDermott. Create that.
3 minutes and what? With the coffee.
Second best in the league as far as fewest points allowed and timeout called by Skyler Thompson. It's every year they're like that. It's, you know, it's amazing. Last year,
So they're going to burn a timeout here.
third, second, this year, second, first, every category. That's Buffalo. They're off to a good start today. Back at 30 after this from Progressive Insurance.
AFC wild card is going to a quick timeout. Miami's going to take one. Probably understand that it's pretty important to get something on the board on this drive. Buffalo gets the ball back. I love the Spider Progressive commercial. Throws the challenge flag on his dad, saying that he was scared when he saw the spider, and the dad's like, I wasn't scared when I saw a spider. So they're going to look at the replay.
I'm sorry, you had to relive that.
It's such a good commercial. What's in the mug, man? A little early to be hitting the sauce. It's coffee. Coffee with coffee beans in it. No sauce. Oh, neutral zone infraction. Why are they pointing 17? Are they going to call that 7? False start. Wow. Hey, eyeball test didn't go through. Looked like it was neutral zone, but I guess he was reacting to 17, who's Armstead on the offensive line. Gonna shit, shower, and shave. I'll be right back. Those are the essentials. As long as you can do those 3 things on a daily basis, you could live for a very long time. Happy. Live happy for a very long time. So Miami's only got 19 total yards in the game. They have 15 penalty yards today. They only have 4 more yards than they have penalty yards. Oh my gosh, and now Tyreek Hill drops the ball. Ooh, 1 by Waddle, 1 by Hill. 1 interception by Skylar Thompson. Just trying to get his playmaker the ball. Needing some help from Tyreek Hill and just got to have a next play mindset. Gotta let it go. Forget about it. Get back up. All right. Skylar Thompson, shotgun. Man in motion. I think he's trying to find him deep, and he's looking and launching, and he's got him. Waddle. Oh, no. He dropped it. He had it. He had it. And Waddle's hurt. Waddle's shaken up. Let's see what it is. It looked like Waddle blew right past him. The throw is just a little bit behind. If it could have just been a little bit, I mean, it still looked like he could have caught it, but the cornerback tackles him as soon as he touches the ball, gets his arm. It just breaks up the ball. Damn. That would have been huge for Miami, but instead they send their punter out, and the boot is off the cleat clean, and it's going to be returned. Oh, my goodness. I can't believe he's returning it. He had no room. And now he's trying to cut a corner, and he's got the corner. And 49's the only one that, all the way to the 35-yard line. What an incredible ballsy decision to run that. He was like, I don't think he saw that dolphin running full speed at him. And he just doesn't call the fair catch. And then the guy gives him his best shot, and he somehow bounces off of it and then turns the corner. Wow. Well, that was an exciting last 45 seconds, huh? All right, so Miami not able to get any points on their third drive. I'm going to say something crazy. Does Miami get shut out today? Does Miami score any points today? It's not an overreaction. For a large portion of the year, Buffalo was ranked 1 in scoring defense. Look, I'm just going to do points allowed NFL rankings. Points allowed. Buffalo's number 2. So San Francisco's number 1. And Buffalo's number 2. And Denver was number 1 for a while, but then they gave up 51 points. And it just ruined their whole. They dropped all the way to 14. So Buffalo gives up about 17.9 a game, and San Francisco gives up 16.7. Now, Baltimore's right behind. Baltimore's right behind them. So Baltimore's got the defense figured out, at least. I mean, it's gonna be a tough task for Joe Burrow just because the defense is healthy. But I just think offensively, Baltimore, they don't really have much without Lamar. Let me see, is Lamar gonna be out there?
That should be way they have possession, running the ball, but those drops matter for all that. Yeah, Buffalo had 40 minutes of possession and lost the game with 4. The heat of Miami. Here's a good play action fake. Held on to it for a while.
Josh Allen steps up in the pocket and throws it. It looked like a completion to Gabriel Davis. Dolphins are saying it bounced. I don't know. Let's see it. It looked like it was clean. He caught it, yeah. Why is it that we always see these things and the refs always get it wrong?
I saw a couple of officials looking at each other. Now they mark it like it's incomplete.
What are they doing, dude? The refs, whatever they're doing this year as a crew, they are the worst refs besides the year that the officials all decided that they were going to go on strike and they had those replacement refs. Besides those refs that weren't really refs, we're like living in the worst year of officialing. And I learned about a lot of this on Pat McAfee, that a lot of these refs are like lawyers and shit. Like they have other jobs because being a ref pays you kind of, it's like a gig, you know, it's a good paying gig. But I guess in my head, I always thought like being a ref in the NFL was like one of those things, like from the day you were like 15, you were like, you know, I don't know, going to your high school football games as a ref. And then you like graduated to college, and then you have to pass like a bar exam, but for reffing, where you recite all of these. Like I just thought it was this very, very thorough process that kind of filters out the weaker refs, and by the end of it, you only have Sean Hockley's mentally strong and physically strong. So like I always thought that, and then I hear from Pat McAfee like, no, dude, like when the game's over, like they go into their like law office on Monday and go to work. Like this is their gig. This is their side hustle. I can tell you right now that is the problem. There should be imagine thinking about how much money the NFL is worth, how many billions and billions and billions of dollars, and the refs don't get paid enough for it to be a full-time gig. This should be a full-time job, no doubt. They should have the games on Sunday and Monday and Thursday, and then on the next days, they go into the office and they watch film of all the calls the refs got wrong. They go over it. There's accountability. There's 3 strikes and you're out. You get, written up for missing, blatant calls. There needs to be like a 5 to 9 kind of aspect where Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, they're like going in, they're talking, they're looking at film, they're trying to get better. And how do you do that? Well, you start by paying the refs like $1 million for each. Pay them $1 million. Give them like it's pennies in the long term. But they would rather, make it a side gig, and they think it doesn't make a difference because we're going to watch anyway. We might watch anyway, but we can tell the difference. We're all sitting at home wondering, how the hell is this possible? How can they get so many calls wrong all the time? After reviewing the play, the receiver was able to control the ball. We know. Trust me, we know. Just go ahead and mark the ball. Let's go. It's unbelievable. I mean, the amount of missed calls in that game last night with Trevor Lawrence, the Jaguars, I felt like the refs did everything they could to make sure Jacksonville didn't win that game. And that's why it felt so good when they won to me. It was like so sweet. I'm like, yes, they did it. Now they're going to say false start. Is that on 28? Is that on Cook? False start. Number 88. It's going to be Knox. Dotson Knox. False start. Just a little eager to get out there and make a big play for his team. Gabriel Davis at the bottom of the screen. Thank you guys for tuning in for Dolphins Bills. This is Star 6 Media. Josh Allen, shotgun. He's going to throw this one real quick to Diggs. That's going to be a quick gain of 10. Make it a 2nd and 5. That's just a throwing catch that is just so easy. It looked so easy. So the Bills huddled up, standing in their own logo on the 50-yard line. Josh Allen in shotgun formation. On the 50-line mark, exactly. Ball at the 45. The ball is snapped with man in motion. This is going to be a run to Cook. It goes for no gain. Now, I will say this, because they just ran the ball right there and it went for a gain of nothing. Buffalo's going to be very, very, very hard to beat in the playoffs, and I don't know if anybody's going to, because my concern for Buffalo all season long was, yeah, that's great. They have an explosive offense. They have a great defense. It is very, very rare to be 1-1. To be the number 1 scoring offense and the number 1 defense, yeah, clear Super Bowl favorite. It's a juggernaut. Usually your number 1 offense has like somewhere around 15 defense. If you're a really good team, think of the 2013 Broncos who broke all those records. Number 1 offense, and then defense was like 22. It's okay. They still made it to the Super Bowl. Josh Allen trying to step up, and he sees the first down marker, and he just gets it with his legs. They're going to want a flag, but they shouldn't get one for that one. First down, Buffalo. They still made it to the Super Bowl, even, with that explosive offense. But when I'm watching Buffalo in the beginning of the season, week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, I'm looking at the rankings. I'm like, wait a minute. When have we ever had a team number 1 on offense and number 1 on defense? I was like, this is like a cheat code. This is a juggernaut. We've had great defenses, like think San Francisco in the beginning of the year. Great defense, offense, scoring 17 a game, right? So, I mean, I came on here and said, look, we have never maybe seen a team that can beat you as many ways as Buffalo can, but I was worried about their run game. I was worried about the fact that Josh Allen was their leading rusher. And then after that Miami game, things kind of changed, and like Cook just started getting more involved. Dalvin Cook's brother. Singletary was still clearly like the number one back, but Cook was definitely benefiting from, extra snaps. It felt like the Bills became more balanced, and I was like, okay, so now they can beat you running the football. I think they played the Bears, and they ran for like 160 yards against the Bears, and Singletary's going to get the ball here, and he's going to run it for a gain of 8. So this is what I'm talking about. The fact that now Buffalo can also run the ball, it just kind of has a feeling like, okay, the one thing that I said Buffalo can't do, they can do now. All right, who's going to beat them? Well, it was weird because I said that I don't know if I've ever seen a number one offense and defense, and then it happened twice in the same year when Brock Purdy took over. Because when Brock Purdy took over in Week 13, San Francisco had 0 points. There was 11 minutes and 15 seconds left in the first quarter. So they say Brock Purdy's first start was against Tampa Bay, against Tom Brady. It's not. It was against Miami. He played the whole game in Miami. So if you include that Miami game and you do the average, he's averaging 33.5 points per game. And they have the number one ranked defense. Kansas City averages 29.2. Buffalo averages 28.4. Philly, 28.1. Those are your top three. But Purdy is averaging 33.5 since he took over, and he scored 41 again yesterday. So, with the number one defense. So, somehow this has happened twice. So, if there's a Super Bowl that is anything besides San Francisco and Buffalo, I will be absolutely shocked. I will be shocked. I understand the Philly hype, especially going into Philly and Jalen Hurts and Meek Mill, like doing nightmares and dreams. I mean, that the place is going to be going crazy. And you fly, Eagle, fly. You can't underestimate the power of home field advantage. But these numbers, they say the numbers don't lie. Well, these numbers are actually scary. These numbers indicate that the 49ers are going to win the Super Bowl, and it shouldn't be too close. But Buffalo would be the one team I think that will threaten that. If it does get in the Super Bowl, that would be the ultimate Super Bowl, would be Buffalo and 49ers. Let me know if you agree with me. I'm not a guy that gets so locked into numbers that I'm like, because numbers do lie all the time. Numbers are only as good as what you did last week. So if you are averaging 14 points a game, and that doesn't mean you going into next week, you're going to give up 14 a game. But the larger sample size you get of a person, the more you can kind of see the trends and what is to be expected. And Brock Purdy has now played 7 games, and he's 7-0, and he scores about almost 40 points every time he plays. So Buffalo is also 28 points. They're about to score that in the first half. Oh, it looked like he overthrew Shakir. Oh, no. Is Diggs all right? Okay, Diggs, this ball, there was 2 receivers in the area. So Shakir, it looked like it was going to him. So did Tony Romo. He's saying he thought he was throwing it inside. But it went right over Shakir's head, and it went to Diggs. Diggs catches it and sees Shakir, and he tries to flick the ball to Shakir, but he was down. And now it goes to Singletary, and he's going to be able to gain a couple yards. 14 minutes and 10 seconds left in the second quarter. Buffalo trying to get 21. Let's take a look here. First quarter reporter on the sideline talking to the head coach.
No, we're executing on the offensive side. Defense is giving us a chance right now. A couple guys got behind us there, but we got to do a better job with that. But overall, good football so far.
Yeah.
Overall, good football so far. Obviously, some cliche head coach talk going on there, but even a cliche head coach has got to be honest once in a while. You're about to go up 21-0. Pretty good football so far. Josh Allen, shotgun. It's a fake. It's a designed run, but then he throws it. Wow. What a roller coaster of emotions. Josh Allen. If I didn't say it already, touchdown. Josh Allen snaps the ball, and then he looks like he's going to pass it, but then it's a designed QB draw, so then he goes and starts running, but then he stops before he passes the line of scrimmage and throws it. Oh, my God. Look, this is one of those things where they slowed the replay down so much.
Finish the process there. As his hands are coming together, the ball's contacting the ground at the same time. This they're going to take a good look at. My assumption is they will enjoy it.
Come on, that's a touchdown in 1992. Rob said, is Tom Brady in the playoffs? If so, I would not count him out. He trends to – let me put you up here, Robert. He trends to outperform in the playoffs. Super Bowl appearances proves my point most ever. I give you 50-50. He makes it again. That's a great point. And that's why I picked the Bucs to beat the Cowboys. I do think that Tom Brady is one of those guys that you just can't rule out. And I said that to Rick. I think, let me see. Rick, did he pick? He picked the 49ers, the Chargers, the Bills, the Vikings, the Bengals. Damn, I didn't write down his last pick. Well, I'm pretty sure he didn't pick the Bucs. And that was kind of my whole thing was like, look, Tom Brady, we got into a whole conversation about like vintage Tom Brady and how he's kind of been the nice guy this season. You see him signing autographs, people kind of poking the bear, and he's just kind of being a really good sport about it. Like he's really calm. I was like, the Tom Brady that everybody doesn't like, the guy that storms off the field when the game's over and he loses and doesn't shake hands with the other team, the guy that's breaking tablets and screaming at refs. Unfortunately, I think that's the Tom Brady that needs to show up to this game. The nice Tom Brady, the calm and collective Tom Brady. It's the same. I was making a comparison to basketball because, LeBron James takes a kind of his minutes are counted because they're trying to preserve him. I was like, maybe Tom Brady's been the nice guy all season because he only has so much energy, juice, testosterone, like these young kids. And he's just saving it for this one game, and he's about to turn into that dude. And I picked the Bucs for that reason. Plus, I don't trust the Cowboys. But I do think even a guy like Tom Brady in his peak form has a ceiling with the kind of year that the Bucs are having. There's no reason for me to think that the Bucs could beat Philly or San Francisco. I do think that they could beat the Vikings. They could beat the Giants. They could beat there's a good amount of teams in the NFC I think they could beat. There's just two that I think these guys have been playing at a higher level all year. And I do not think like the Bucs have the talent even at this point to go in. Even Tom Brady, I don't think. I mean, put it this way: if you had to have one quarterback starting in a game, and it was Philly versus Tampa, like I would take Jalen Hurts over Tom Brady. And I understand what Tom Brady has done in the past, and I do believe he is the greatest of all time, no doubt. And that touchdown is going to be called back. That's what we figured was going to happen. I just do think also that the NFL has trended in a different way now where Tom Brady and we grew up in an era where it was Tom Brady, Drew Brees, Ben Roethlisberger, Aaron Rodgers or Brett Favre and Peyton Manning. Those were like your five good quarterbacks. That's what you had. We're in a different era now where the quarterbacks are being playing college football, but they're playing pro-style offense, and they're getting tailor-made for the NFL. We have so many good quarterbacks now. Watson, Burrow, Murray, Lamar, Allen, Mahomes, Brady, Hurts, Rodgers. I mean, Lamar Jackson. Like, there's just so much talent now. I don't think Tom Brady is going to be even able – I mean, if you think about Tom Brady in the AFC, he kind of picked a good era to win Super Bowls because I said this also. I think if Mahomes were to win 7 Super Bowls, I think it would be more impressive than Tom Brady winning 7 Super Bowls, just because there's so many talented quarterbacks. Just Joe Burrow and Josh Allen. Yeah, Justin Herbert. Even though what happened last night happened, I expect the coach to get fired and Herbert to continue to get better. But I think there's a lot more like kind of roadblocks ahead for these guys, where that's good for the fans. I feel like we're going to see different teams in the Super Bowl every year. Last year we had Cincinnati. I think this year we get Buffalo. Maybe next year we get Kansas City back. There's just kind of like maybe a toss-up going on. JST said it right here. He said, "Don't forget Herbert." Yeah, that's why I just said Herbert, because he's going to be, I think he's going to be good for a while. So I just don't trust Tom Brady to beat like the 49ers or Philly. Those are just ones I can't get behind. So in all reality, because the 49ers won their game, they're going to play, let's see, where did I write it? So they would play the Giants if the Giants win, or the Giants would play the Eagles. And if Tampa Bay wins, Tampa Bay is I think that works in the favor of the 49ers, the fact that they would play the 4 seed. So if Tampa Bay wins against Dallas, then Tampa Bay would play the 49ers, which I think is a better matchup than having to play, Dallas or Minnesota. But they're a 4 seed. Because the 1st seed will play the lowest remaining seed. So that's set up for the person who earned the first round bye to play the weakest team in the NFC. But this year, the weakest team in the NFC is Tampa. But Tampa gets the 4 seed because they won their division. So the Eagles don't get to play the worst team in the NFC. It'll actually be the 49ers if Tampa Bay wins that gets to do that. Obviously, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers didn't even have a winning record. I don't trust him to win. I think he has the ability to force himself to win. There are times I think his sheer determination is the only factor. Yeah, that is. I know. I've watched players like that. Tim Tebow in Denver was like that. Not to compare Tebow to Brady, but I'm just saying I know like what you mean. Just the determination to just find a way to win. And I expect to see that Tom Brady out there. But if his season gets kind of shut down by the hands of field goals, good, 17-0. If his effort gets kind of shut down by Hurts or by the 49ers, I think he's going to realize, hey, these teams are a lot better right now. I mean, look at Buffalo and 49ers. Number 1 offense, number 1 defense. Like, I'm going to need to go to a better team. And I think the best case for Tom Brady is if Tom Brady went to the 49ers and Brock Purdy, even if he wins the Super Bowl, has an entire year to learn from Tom. Man, I had this opinion a couple weeks ago, and I'm trying to be authentic here, but I don't know if I still have that opinion. It seems as if Purdy wins the Super Bowl, they should just keep rolling with Brock Purdy, and maybe Brady would go to the Vegas Raiders. So Buffalo winning 17-0. Banners coming up. So Benny and the Jets. So we'll do Miami first. 0. Buffalo 17. Bam.
Tall task for anybody to come in here. I mean, Buffalo is getting healthy as far as
So let's give you guys some sports news while we see Buffalo kick this one off. See if it's returnable. Miami needing a spark. Wouldn't be surprised if they. Oh my God, that's dumb. They kick it out of bounds, so that'll start at the 40-yard line. What was that kick?
Connect properly with that one.
What was that? What were you trying to do?
Kickoff out of bounds. Kicking team. Receiving team will take the ball to the 40-yard line. First down.
Damn, that's a terrible kick.
40, we go to Trace.
It looked like it just totally shanked it, man. Unfortunate. Sean McDermott doesn't like that. All right.
His dad sacrificed so much for him to be in this position. His father made the 15-hour drive yesterday for Missouri so he could be here. He said it will be emotional, but it's a great opportunity for Skyler to chase his dreams.
That's quite the story, Tracy. You saw his father, Brad. He was on the left there in the stands.
Skylar Thompson rolling, avoiding a sack, gets the ball out, and now they're in Buffalo territory. So the bad kickoff, you know, that's sparks come from different places. That looked like it might have been a spark that the Dolphins needed. So
That really should have been caught, and that could have made a huge difference. One or two were scored.
you know what's crazy is I think if we'll get to this story on our next commercial break. Let's save it. Skylar Thompson, shotgun formation, standing at midfield. Waddle in motion. It's going to be a pitch to 26. And he has about 6.
We heard that story yesterday.
Postseason rookie. So let's talk about Skylar Thompson. He's from Kansas State. He was the 7th-round draft pick in 2022. 4th starting quarterback in last 4 Miami playoff games. So Miami not able to stay consistent. 4 different quarterbacks in 4 playoff games. His parents are there. Skylar's father. Looks like his mom. Oh, is it just his dad? Okay. I was like, why is his mom wearing a Bills jersey? It's just a different lady. Skylar Thompson in motion. It's going to be a direct handoff to Tyreek Hill. Way to get that guy involved. I mean, you definitely got to find a way to get him involved.
I do think what an incredibly emotional and nerve-wracking experience for the dad. I mean, sitting here right now watching your son play this, you just
11 minutes in the second quarter.
Great things are also more stressful. Don't you ever have one so badly, and then
Skylar Thompson calling a play off of his play wristband. All right. And this time it's a 3-step drop back, and it's a, oh no. He tries to throw it, swing it to the running back, and he takes a huge hit. The ball falls harmlessly to the ground, almost picked. Just trying to make a play and almost made a play for Buffalo.
You got 5 guys to block, 5, and they all slide to the right. And Johnson ends up getting hit in the quarterback. First down, you don't
He's like sitting on the quarterback after he sacks him. Obviously, no Von Miller on this Buffalo defense. Definitely probably not needed for this game, but I expect it next week to be a little factor. Buffalo that was a really important sack, and it was really smart by the defensive coordinator. He's like, hey, let's send an all-out blitz. We got a young quarterback, and not just that. Let's get the sack. Let's get the sack because now they're on the fringe of field goal range. Let's get them out of field goal range or at least make it a difficult field goal. And that's exactly what they did. Good play call and execution on Buffalo. Let's see how far they are right now. 3rd and 19. Wouldn't be surprised if they bring the house again. Obviously, you got to keep an eye on the Tyreek and Waddle. But I feel like if you can get there quick, you can rattle the quarterback. And here they go. They're bringing some. He's stepping up. He's trying to find someone. He throws it to the sideline, and it's Hill, and he gets the first down. He was standing there by himself.
And they needed 19. They got 20. This is all the quarterback right here. Nothing's open. You can check it down inside right there. You're not going to get the first down. So he decides to wait it out.
Tyreek Hill just found a soft spot. Good job on Tyreek Hill helping out his quarterback. It's probably what the coaches are saying right now to him. Tyreek's got 4 targets, but that was his first catch of the game. All right, this is going to be a handoff, and it's going to be a gain of 1, and then it's going to be swallowed up. I guess as a young quarterback, you can never reiterate enough how important it is to not turn the ball over in this area of the field. You're at least coming away with a field goal. It's 17-0. You're going to need a field goal at some point anyway. So don't try to be a hero and throw it, make a pick. Buffalo made it to the first, I think it was week 4 when they played Miami. Buffalo made it to the red zone a lot. And Miami's red zone defense was what won that game. Let's see if Buffalo's red zone defense can make a stand here. Shotgun, snapped. He fakes the throw, and now he's going to take a sack at the 22-yard line. Loss of 7 on the play, 3rd and 16. See, it's just 4-man rush. It's not a crazy blitz or anything like that. It's just 4 guys, 2 edge rushers, and 2 tackles, or defensive linemen. 12 dropbacks. He's been sacked twice, hurried 6, 3 knockdowns. Oh my God, he dropped it. He drops it on 3rd and 16, trying to set up some kind of screen to get those yards back, and he drops it. If he would have caught it, he would have got hit pretty hard. A lot of nerves out there, and also you got to also think about Skyler being sacked a lot. We haven't really talked about Miami's offensive line being a bad O-line, but they're bringing 4 and they're getting after the quarterback. Well, 2 is a mobile quarterback. He's able to evade a lot of that. Sometimes you don't realize how bad an O-line is because your quarterback's saving them with his legs. Let's see, snap, hold, and the kick is just inside. So no shutout here in Buffalo. I feel like the fans really wanted that. They were really disappointed. Just inside the right upright. So, yeah, no Tua. So, I mean, I don't know. Skylar Thompson is as mobile. Sometimes being small, too, helps you when you're trying to roll out. You just kind of watching Russ. You just kind of do these spin. You just spin out of everything. You're low to the ground. So, the NFL Game Day Notebook with Mike Garofalo and Tom Pelissero, where the Ravens stand with quarterback Lamar Jackson heading into the offseason. Why? It's too early to know. So Lamar Jackson. This is about to be the longest 7-hour wait of our lives. Feeling generous today. If Lamar Jackson rushes for 20 yards versus the Bengals, I'll give away a Fowler who retweets this tweet. Man. People are willing to do anything. People are willing to pay cash money. So I'm just trying to get some information on Lamar Jackson. I mean, I feel like it's been so difficult to figure out what's going on. He goes on Twitter 3 days ago and he lets the world know, right? The tweet definitely to me felt like it was a tweet to say, I'm sorry, I just saw Tyler Fink's message in there. He said the Ravens are screwed tonight without Lamar. It felt like Lamar's tweet that he posted when he said, thank you everyone for your support and concern regarding my injuries. I want to give an update as I'm in the recovery process. I've suffered a PCL grade 2 sprain on the borderline of a strain 3. There's still inflammation surrounding my knee. There's still inflammation surrounding my knee and my knee. What? Guys, I'm reading this exactly the way it's written. There is still inflammation surrounding my knee and my... Oh, his knee itself is inflamed? Okay, whatever the case is, he said that 3 days ago, which kind of felt like he was advocating for himself when the world was like, hey, you piece of shit, like you're just doing this because you didn't get paid. You don't want to go out there and hurt yourself for a franchise that doesn't believe in you and hasn't given you a lot of money. And I'm always an advocate for players to get paid and stuff like that. But I'm also an advocate for people to honor the contracts that they're under. And if that is true, I'm not necessarily a huge fan of that. But if he is at risk for a serious re-injury, I kind of understand it. So he said one day after that, it remains unstable. I'm in good spirits as I continue with treatments and the road to recovery. I wish I could be out there with my guys more than anything, but I can't give 100% of myself to my guys and fans. I hope we still have a chance with Purple Hearts. Now, Lamar Jackson, I think it's important to realize a lot of people are kind of thinking that this has nothing to do with the injury. Michael Vick, his message to Lamar Jackson, he said, put a brace on it and get out there like it's the playoffs. And my concern for Lamar is sometimes you do, you do the right thing for the wrong reasons. My concern is that this may backfire on him. He wants to be the highest paid quarterback in history, right? We know that because he said he wanted more money than Deshaun Watson. And that was the biggest deal, $240 million of guaranteed money. This is going to go to Dalvin Cook's brother for a gain of 9. Running game going for Buffalo. Good on them. Tony Romo, I said it first. Shut up. But yeah, I think that he's like, I don't want to risk getting re-injured, and he wanted to be the highest paid quarterback. And the Ravens said, look, we don't want to give you the most money of any quarterback in the NFL, and we're concerned about injuries and stuff like that. But Lamar Jackson saving himself, I'm not sure if there is any team in the NFL that wants to make Lamar Jackson the highest paid quarterback in the NFL. There are teams, Dalvin Cook finds it a nice little hole, almost gets it to midfield. So Buffalo on the move through the legs of Cook. I don't know if there's anybody in the league that wants to make Lamar Jackson the highest paid quarterback in the NFL. And maybe at this point there is. Maybe you could go, hey, the Texans would, the Titans would, Tampa will when Tom leaves. You could, Arizona has pretty much married to Kyler Murray, so no. But if you, let's see, you got Josh Allen shotgun, takes a shot downfield, and that's going to be picked. Oh, I called it before it actually came down. It just had that feeling. And he's running with one hand. Let's see if they can. Oh, he tucks it at the right moment. And they take it all the way back to the 50. Josh Allen just, look, the great quarterbacks take a lot of risks because they trust themselves and their arm. But now there's a full-on fight going on the field. Flags are being thrown. And it's when they're fighting like this, they're just offsetting. Nothing actually happens unless there was a clear punch or something like that. We might have an injection in the game, but obviously somebody probably talked some shit to Josh Allen after that pick. And let's see who's really who's this fight centered around. Let's see where it started. Josh Allen's already got his jacket on. He just walked off the field during the fight. Like, I don't have time for that. Josh Allen, that was just a bad shot. Like, he takes shots, but that one just wasn't. I don't think that was a calculated risk.
Wilkins. That's frustration on Josh Allen's part, though. Like, he did tap him, shouldn't do that, but then Josh is like maxing through interception. He knows that's the only thing he want to do. That's
yeah.
Really good job.
So basically, after Josh Allen threw that pick, his buddies came. After Josh Allen threw that pick, technically the cornerback was a returner, and he became a blocker, and he was blocking Josh Allen, and Josh Allen didn't like it, so he pushed him back, and then the whole Bills offensive lineman came and pancaked the dude that pushed Josh Allen, and then that's how the fight started. So you look at teams like Marcus Mariota in Atlanta, P.J. Walker, Davis Mills, Matt Ryan, the Colts, Bailey Zappi, New England, Andy Dalton, the Saints. There are teams out there that may make a move for Lamar Jackson, but if he is capable of playing in this game and he doesn't, I think it kind of hurts his his value. I think it does. I think people are going to be like, he cares more about himself than he does about the team, and both teams upsetting. And I think every player should probably care about themselves a good amount, but it is important to have people that care about the team. I remember how it felt when Lamar was like, we didn't get a deal done, but I'll be out there week 1 because it's about the team. And I think some people feel that Lamar Jackson doesn't have that same commitment because they just paid Roquan Smith, a boatload of money. And I think he took that personally. And I took that personally. Tyler Fink said, it's not a risk that Lamar needs to take. He understands that it's a playoff game, but if he were to play and make the injury worse, he could very well be out for part of next year. But that's the thing I disagree with. I think, I mean, we kind of grew up. Football is changing. Like, I mean, Ray Lewis tore his tricep muscle. It completely ripped it, and he played through the game because he said, not only did I do that, but I didn't even let the team know because I didn't want them to know I was hurt. He didn't even let his team know that it happened. I mean, we're just in a different era, and I don't necessarily like it. Like, you never know when. We learned this year, when your time's going to be up, and every time that you get to go out there and play, I think that you should be taking every opportunity very serious. And I guess it just kind of feels like the love of the game is like, if he loved the game as much as, guys like even Brett Favre is as much trouble as he's been in lately for stealing money. You can never deny that he didn't love the game, and it seems like Lamar Jackson cares more about making money than the love of the game, but that's fine. That's fine. I don't have a problem with it. I just don't like it. It's not my style. Skylar Thompson taking a deep shot to Hill out of bounds, incomplete. It's going to be 4th and 8. That's what's going to cost Josh Allen against the Chiefs. These stupid mistakes throwing where he shouldn't be if they meet again. Yeah, I mean, the great quarterbacks do take some risks, but Josh Allen's just seemed kind of out there. Like, that would have been a fine risk if it would have been intended for Stephon Diggs, or, I mean, it wasn't even a 50-50 ball. Like, your risks should at least be a 50-50 ball. And he just overthrew his receiver. 4th and 8. They're going for it. And the Dolphins got it. Wow. So the Dolphins. That was ballsy. The Dolphins go for it on 4th and 8 at midfield and get it. Wow.
Still make a play, Wilson. If you waited a tick longer, it would have been too late. And an outstanding job to make it the wiggle.
Wow.
It's hard to do, like we said, against
right when he catches the ball, he gets met by the linebacker for the Bills, and he gets him to miss the tackle. Now they're going to throw a flag out on the play. Tyler said the Bills could face the Bengals next round if they both win. I think the Bengals could beat the Bills and end up against KC if they win against the Jags. Yeah, I think the AFC to me is just very simple. The winner of Buffalo and Cincinnati will play the Chiefs. And I think Buffalo could win that game, but I'm just not like super confident in it. I think that's a game that's coin flip. And Skylar Thompson throws it to Tyreek Hill, trying to set up a screen, but he's met immediately. He still gains 4 yards.
in his hands. I mean, that was a great catch.
2nd and 11.
And with a lot of speed, so to be able to get yards back was a positive.
Now you got a 2nd and 11. As the clock runs, approaching 3 minutes to go. Just imagine they're able to put something on the board here. And since they deferred, they get the third quarter kick.
Yeah, I mean, this is becoming a game very quickly if they go down and score a touchdown here, Jim.
So 2nd and 11, Skylar Thompson trying to get some points on the board here. And there's a rush coming, and Skylar Thompson stays on his feet, runs out of bounds, and gets knocked down after a gain of 2.
I mean, he hasn't ran a ton this year. He's got some speed, but right here,
55 was there. He just lost.
he's still looking.
He didn't stay home. He just went straight and didn't, what do they call that? Gap assignment. Lost his gap assignment. He could have had him sacked, and he just took a bad angle. Let Skylar get outside. Maybe underestimated his speed there. 3rd and 8, 4 seconds on the play clock. 3-2. Ball snapped at 1. Skylar Thompson. Oh, a big hit. No flag. Finally, a big hit without a flag. Love to see it. He oh, that's helmet to helmet.
We gotta ask Gene about this one. This is a huge hit right here, Gene. Anything?
Yeah, you know what? In this situation, this receiver is a defenseless player. Now, the football kind of blocks the helmet to face contact here. Ironically enough, the action is not good, but I think we're okay on the play not being a foul. I think the football.
Man, if that's a penalty, like, you're telling me that you want your defense to wait until he fully secures and catches the ball to hit him? Isn't the whole objective to not allow him to catch the ball? So when he touches the ball, it's okay to make a play on him? I understand the defenseless receiver thing to protect the players, but like, you also have another team that's on defense trying to prevent you from catching the ball. I mean, why would you let them catch the ball and then make the tackle? What if that catch happens on the other side of a first down that you're trying to prevent? You're like, no, don't hit him yet. He's defenseless. Okay, he caught the ball. Now you can hit him. Okay, well, now he has a first down. All right, Tyler, where are you at?
Who was that guy?
He said, they said if it's Chiefs versus Bills, the game would be in Atlanta, but if Chiefs Bengals, they would have the game. I'm assuming you mean in Arrowhead.
They attended Pittsburgh together, grew up together, and he's able to.
All right, so 4th and 8, no flag comes out. The football was actually protecting the helmet-to-helmet contact. He had the ball here. He did hit him in the helmet area, but the football was kind of a buffer between the two helmets. So 48-yard attempt coming up. Buffalo loud, and the kick is on its way. And it's a good kick. 6-17. 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Now, Buffalo not getting the ball to receive in the second half. They got to kick it to Miami. So you know Buffalo trying to go down there and get a touchdown. Let's get a touchdown to end the half, and we'll kick it back to them. I think that's the right way to go about this one right here. Tyler said the AFC title game is supposed to be a neutral site no matter what I thought. Yeah, that's what I heard, but then I got confused because you said if it's Chiefs Bengals, where would they have the game? Oh, are you asking? Are you asking me? I have no idea. I can do a quick search. Where would the Chiefs Bills play? No, Chiefs Bengals.
Into the divisional round. Will it be? What will it be next week? All kinds of possibilities. Could be Cincinnati and Buffalo here. Bills win. Cincinnati tonight. With the
Definitely Cincinnati and Buffalo.
But won't rule anything past John Harbaugh in the playoffs.
Both teams have long winning streaks, Buffalo and Cincinnati.
Yep.
And you kind of knew going into this year
Bills Chiefs neutral site. AFC Championship game in play. Bengals avoid coin toss with win over Raiders. Buffalo announced Saturday that Hamlin remains in critical condition. The NFL has not yet announced which stadium would be chosen as the neutral site in the case it is needed. Look, I'm pretty sure no matter who is in the AFC Championship game, I mean, whether it's Jacksonville in the Bills, like I don't think it. Actually, no. The only confusion was between the first, second, and third seed because you had Buffalo, Kansas City, and the Bengals. So if, for instance, if Jacksonville somehow were to beat the Chiefs and the first play is going to be a run to Cook for a gain of 2, that'll take it to the 2-minute warning. If somehow the Jags were to beat the Chiefs, then I would expect the AFC Championship game to be in Jacksonville because Jacksonville at that point had nothing to do with the 1, 2, and 3. But no, because if the Bills and whoever won the Bills, because then whoever wins the Buffalo Bills Cincinnati game would be either a 2 or a 3 seed. So they would still have the higher seed. So the game would be on the road, maybe. I'm pretty sure the NFL is just going to put this game on a neutral site, no matter who's in it. And I think they're just waiting for some of the details to be worked out here to see who's in the game, what games are being played. So they're playing in the right time zone. Like they don't want to put the game probably on the West Coast at the same time that there's a West Coast game. I think this just scheduling stuff that is being worked out right now. This article was released January 8th. So let's see if there's any update. NFL update, AFC Championship game 2023. 2023 wild card, final bracket recaps, every NFC, blah, blah, blah. Conference Championship. See.
They customize your car insurance. So you only pay for what you need. Woo! We gotta go again. Only pay for what you need.
A lower seeded team in the championship game could have the number 1 seed in the AFC if a full 17-game season had been played. Scenario 1, Bills win or tie? No. This is like getting into the playoffs. There's just no news about it right now.
Visit your local Verizon store for a chance to win tickets to 3 Super Bowls in a row.
And it says the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta is selected as a potential area for the Bills and Chiefs. So they said if the Bills Chiefs game, it would be in Atlanta. What I'm seeing is that is merely a possibility. That is one of the options, but that is by no means a decision that's been made yet.
Okay, coming out of the 2-minute warning, and the Bills.
All right, so coming out of the 2-minute warning, Josh Allen shotgun formation. Gets the ball snapped, stepping up into the pocket, and he's going to get tackled back at the line of scrimmage. He tucked the ball and ran, and he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage. So 3rd and 8 because of the 2-yard run. And now Miami calling a timeout. Now Miami trying to get aggressive. And Buffalo, I mean.
By the way, this is you look off at the far distance there, Tony. They're going to be breaking ground.
I think they need to get some points here.
With the goal of opening in 2026. Now, where would we be sitting over here?
Okay, so stadiums here.
Oh wow! So they're pointing out where Buffalo's new stadium is going to be. So right now it's a parking lot. So I guess every 20 to 30 years they renew a stadium, they make changes with it, whether it's just a lot of upgrades, or they tear it down with like a controlled demolition and just build a new one. So Buffalo's brand new stadium on the way. You have to win to get new things. Buffalo's been doing that. So here we go. Buffalo trying to get points to close the half, control this game. And they're going to call timeout now, and Sean McDermott. Interesting call there because Miami just called one.
Dane Jackson, he has a right knee injury. He is questionable to return. He is right now in the locker room. And also running back Savon Ahmed, who took that hard hit earlier. He was looked at briefly in the 10 for a head injury. He has been cleared to return.
All right, so that big hit that we saw on third down for Miami went into the medical tent, cleared to return and get back out there. He did give a thumbs up as soon as he bounced up. So Josh Allen with 1:55. They called the timeout to get the perfect play set up. Let's see if it is. He's looking, throwing downfield. Oh, my God, he's wide open. Get up. He wasn't touched. Get up. Run. What are you doing? Dude. These players. What are you doing? He's just laying there. Oh! It's worse than when Justin Fields avoided touching the player that recovered the fumble. Let's see. Did he touch him? There. Okay. So thank God. So he was touched by the foot. He's a rookie. So, you know, in college, if you catch the ball and you fall down, you're down right there. But in
most definitely, we're going to take a look. We got this one shot. I don't believe there was possession secure enough when the ball does contact the ground. He's fighting to keep it.
Oh my gosh. Unbelievable. So they look at the replay to see if he was touched down, and they find that he didn't even catch the ball. And you talk about why it's so important to get your team running upfield and snap the ball. So this is not going to be a catch. That sucks because that was a really fun play.
Well, this was a pretty good throw, though.
That was a great throw. It's too bad they didn't have a better receiver down there. I feel like Diggs and Gabriel Davis would have turned that into a touchdown. What are you doing, dude?
Just to hope they could get the football back and do something. They will be getting the ball back. So here's Shakir, just outside of him. Right there is Diggs. Allen is going to double team Diggs.
So they called that timeout on third down, and it looked like they had a pretty good idea what they wanted to do. Huge break for Miami because now it's not even the drive's over. It's fourth down. They got to punt it. That just was such a perfect catch. I mean, I don't think he could have mailed that to him any better. That was a hand delivery throw. Hit him right in the breadbasket. So now Buffalo will punt the ball. And Miami will have a chance to get some points on the board. What a turn of events. It's a 13-point swing, potentially. Kick is off. It doesn't look like a great punt. And then the coverage is not good on Buffalo. And this is return for a touchdown. The punter's the only one that can stop him. And he does. Wow. I didn't even see the punter. I was like, they're going to score. What a monster return. Jeez.
Martin does a great job saving the touchdown, but use your speed. The former Cowboy who was on the injury report with hip and groin issues takes it 50 yards.
All right, so Miami, after the huge return, has plenty of time to get some points and go into halftime, 13-17 potentially. See if Buffalo's defense can make a stop. See if they bring some pressure here on first down. And that's a good defensive play right there by the linebacker. He jarred it loose. All right, so ball hits him there. The linebacker makes a physical play. Breaks that ball up.
He sees that, and if you're going to have a guy come wide open, just wait. You're going to look off and throw it. That's what Styler's got to get better. He's got to do it today.
Uh-oh. There's going to be a stop here. Let's see if this is false start. False start. So back him up 5 more yards. Tyler in the chat saying that's massive. Yeah, that was huge. Huge swing of events right there for Miami. Second and 15, 1:28 left. McDaniel looking at his play sheet, trying to dial up the exact perfect play. You got to give Miami credit for how they've fought in this first half. It's not easy to come into Buffalo. So shotgun formation, Skylar Thompson. He's going to look and throw, and that's going to be caught. That's Tyreek Hill. And it looked like he might be short 1 yard, maybe 2. Yeah, they're going to call him 2 yards short. So 3rd and 2, but he gets out of bounds. This is a good throw. You know, if 27's able to play that a little tighter, that's a play that could have been picked too. But 27 doesn't stop with Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill hits the brakes. Here we go. Skylar Thompson, 7 for 18, 82 yards, 1 pick. Shotgun formation. He's trying to throw an out route, and he throws it into the ground intended for Jalen Waddle. Looked like he had him, but maybe the pressure got to him. So we're going to see. Well, let's see what we see, because we saw McDaniel go for it on 4th and 7 earlier. It does kind of feel like McDaniel's playing with house money right now. Nobody's going to be mad at him for losing to Buffalo with Skylar Thompson. So why not? Why not? Nothing more dangerous than a team that just literally doesn't care what happens. Here we go. Tyreek in motion at the top of the screen, and now Buffalo timeout. Let's see who called this timeout. Miami calls the timeout. So McDaniel sends Tyreek in motion just to be able to see what kind of defense the Bills are in. Then he calls the timeout. So obviously he didn't like the kind of defense he saw for the play that he was drawing. And Skylar Thompson stays in the field, so I don't think – let's see. Now they're walking onto the sideline, so I think the field goal unit's coming out. If you were going to do that, why not at least try to hard count? This is interesting because usually if you're going to call your timeout and change your mind, you go out there and try to do a hard count, get a cheap first down. It's 4th and 2. Nothing to lose. Nothing to lose there. All right. So Jason Sanders is going to attempt to kick. He's made 2 of 2 today. This one, 37 yards, and it is perfect. Right down the middle. Couldn't have been any better. So 9-17, Buffalo hanging on to an 8-point lead, 1 possession game. And now Buffalo will get the ball with 2 timeouts and 1:15, which with Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes, and that's a lifetime. Maybe they could run that same play again, but instead have Stephon Diggs or Gabriel Davis get downfield. That was just a beautiful throw. Can't believe it wasn't caught. Waddle has no reception yet in this game. Wow. 3,066 combined yards, 3rd most by teammates in history. And could you imagine if Tua didn't deal with the injuries that he's dealt with? That would be the 1st most in history. Trying to guess who would be the 1st and 2nd most in history without Googling it or anything like that. It's a good trivia question. Put it in the chat if you know who is the most yards for a duo in history. I want to say maybe about like Randy Moss. Who was the other big receiver? Would it be Wes Walker and Randy Moss, maybe? I'm going to write down some possibilities. Wes Walker, Moss. Maybe something Drew Brees threw a lot of. I don't think so. I'm trying to think of somebody that had just two really good receivers. T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. They'll be up there one day. All right, Josh Allen, shotgun formation. After the touchback. Going to throw it out to Knox. Knox gets the first down, and he gets out of bounds at the 39, 38, 37, 36-yard line. Clock is stopped after a gain of 11. Knox able to get into a good cross. Just comes across the whole field. All right. It's Stefon Diggs time, right? Allen steps up into the pocket, throws a kind of off-balance pass. He had a guy there. He just threw it on the run. That was intended for Cole Beasley, who came back at the end of the season, kept himself in extremely good shape, and just didn't like the way his tenure ended with Buffalo, and called the owner, sat down, had some conversations about respect, and he's back. Josh Allen gets it off. Oh, my God, it's picked. It bounced off. Why aren't you cutting the field? Why not cut the field? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. This bounced off of Cole Beasley's body. So I'm over here talking about Cole Beasley, and it is, oh, no way. It didn't bounce off his body. He was already being tackled, and the arm of the corner bounced the ball out. Look, that's a bang-bang play. I've been giving the refs a lot of shit today and yesterday, but this one is so fast. I mean, this isn't one that you can really – that's not one that you can really get too mad about. You said, yeah, no, the D was all over him. Yeah, he was, but it just looked like a bang-bang play. Now Tyreek Hill trying to get a corner in number 90, not fast enough. Great defense. Great no call. Oh, okay, got you. I thought you were saying like, yeah, no, dude. The defense was all over him. Should have been a flag. And then great defense, great no call. Don't worry, we're gonna get to the bottom of everything. We're gonna talk about this game. We're gonna talk about how Miami's played in this first half, what they need to do to steal a win. We're gonna talk about that play to Cole Beasley. In 46 seconds, when halftime comes up, we have brother time on the air. We don't have an official name for it. We'll just call it brother time. I got to figure out who 14 is because they sent him in motion on 70% of the plays. So now it's going to be a 3rd and short after a pass completed to the running back. That's number 26, 3rd and 1. Let's see. Josh Allen sitting on the bench. 2 interceptions. Sometimes the ball just bounces a certain way. I still got Buffalo winning this game by more than 13 points. I don't really care if the Dolphins score. Tyreek Hill is going to get a first down. That's a great play by McDaniel. Get Tyreek Hill in some space, and he gets out of bounds. That is just a really good play call right there. 37 seconds left. Miami out of timeouts. Sideline is their best friend right now. And 14, that's what I was looking at. 14. Number 14 on the Dolphins. Oh, Thomas Morstead. Okay. Thomas Morstead, does that sound right? All right, shotgun formation, scanning, looking, throwing. Touchdown, Mike Gesicki. Mike Gesicki. It looked like it could have been an interception. The laser went right through. Really, really big time throw. And now we're going to see probably a 2-point conversion. And Buffalo, literally, I mean, this is an NFL team. I understand that, but they don't even. They're playing with a third string quarterback. It needs to look a little different. They're going to go to the locker room potentially tied with Skylar Thompson, and this is a team that is trying to win a Super Bowl. Let's go. Tyreek Hill finds the space. He was always open. Yep. Unbelievable. It should be. I don't think there's really anything to say to Buffalo. They know. They know. Good job on Mike McDaniel, though. Mike McDaniel is just, he's the real deal. Going out there without Tua, without Bridgewater, he's definitely making the game really easy for Skylar Thompson. He's not asking him to do too much. You see a lot of these plays are, look at this. We could see that from the beginning of the play. Tyreek Hill just found that space and stayed there. Mike McDaniel, just great play caller. Shut up, Tony Romo. So there's 33 seconds left. Buffalo, do you think they stay aggressive? Buffalo scored first 17 points. Miami scored 17 points in the last 7 minutes and 1 second.
17 points in 7 minutes to tie this game. What's with these teams from Florida?
What's with these teams from Florida? Cocaine, right? I thought that was only for people in Florida. Here we go. The boot. And this is not going to be returned. So Buffalo will start at the 25. Now, it's kind of, to me, it feels like if they take a knee, it almost feels like they're, I don't want to say like giving up or anything dramatic, but it almost feels like, hey, we got some bad vibes right now. Let's just get into halftime and change the energy. Or they could get aggressive and say 33 seconds. That's enough time for us to get 3 points, get the lead back, go into halftime with the lead. And it looks like that's what they're going to do because Josh Allen's in shotgun formation and he will throw. He's looking and he takes a shot downfield and wide open is Gabriel Davis. And that's what I'm talking about. It is way too easy for these receivers to get into space. And not to pick on the young guy, but Josh Allen, I just don't. You got to target Gabriel Davis and Stephon Diggs. Find a way to get them involved. Diggs only has, I think, 2 catches or 1. I've only seen 1 maybe. And now another shot downfield with this one intentionally thrown out of bounds, and a fan's going to get a ball. Oh, God, that must be the most amazing thing ever. To just get a real NFL ball thrown to you by Josh Allen. That would be dope. I just saw Kicking and Screaming recently with Will Ferrell, and that same thing where the ball rolled into the crowd happened, and he took it from his son, and the dad has it framed in his house, and his son resents the ball because his dad stole it from him. Josh Allen, shotgun formation, 21 seconds left in the game, 2 timeouts for Buffalo. He will pass. He's going to throw a quick out to Stephon Diggs. That's going to be gain of 5 and stop the clock. 2 yards away from that red line on the field where apparently every kick will go in. We'll see about that. 18 seconds. They still have 2 timeouts, so they don't have to play the sideline. It's a 56-yard field goal from here, but yeah. Miami, see if they play the sidelines and they could hit something in the middle of the field here. Something in the middle of the field. Yep, there it is. Right in the middle of the field. They got the timeout. So there you go. Defenses tend to play those sidelines in that kind of situation, but 2 timeouts in your pocket, they attack the middle of the field. Gabriel Davis. Yeah, Gabriel Davis. He's a really good wide receiver. I actually had him having more of a breakout year this year than he actually did, but this drive he's got 2 catches for 50 yards just on this one drive. So much needed break for him, but they are huddled back up with 11 seconds. Now, what do you do in this situation? You got 1 timeout. Maybe throw a wide receiver screen. Yeah. Here we go. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. 2! 1 hand! Damn! Diggs with an... Yes. Feed him. Look at this. 1 hand. 1. Wait a minute. Let's take a look. 1, 2. He caught it. They're saying he doesn't have possession when he gets his first foot in. 1, 2. I don't know about that, Bob. Look. 1. Okay.
Actually, it's a timeout called by Buffalo because Buffalo wants them to take another look at it. So they take their time out here.
Sean McDermott's like, how the hell are you not going to look at that? Dude, what is wrong with these refs? Look, we could have told you that when this play happened live, this is of course a reviewable moment. I never even thought I could get this mad at the refs. What do you mean the home jumbotron shows certain things? Everybody saw it. Everybody saw that was a close enough play to look at. Shut up. I'm really sick and tired of these official refs coming on TV and just backing up the refs no matter what.
Maybe he assumed that the officials thought.
Shut up. There's only a couple cool rule analysis guys that come on. Most of them are just echo chambers of whatever the... Sean McDermott he's got his hands up. He's saying it's a touchdown. Tony Romo said it wasn't, but Tony Romo's another one of those guys that just kind of thinks he's protecting the refs or something. A lot of times he's always... So wait, are they just... Wow, so they're not even going to review it. Trying to make sure that under hits. All right. Well, look, it's pretty awesome that they were able to go down and get 3 points. That was probably the goal from the beginning of that drive. Why are they not reviewing this?
You didn't see the ball, and you were behind. You would think that was a touchdown, but you can't see that he doesn't have control. Yeah, that's the call. The ball is sliding down the front of the jersey right here. And by that time he does get control, he's only got 1 foot in.
Yeah, I guess the ball's moving anyway. But
doesn't amount to anything. Well, it leads to 3 anyway. The drive does.
yeah, we'll talk about the ref thing in a little bit. So there's 4 seconds left. Probably a squib kick. It's not even close. I wouldn't say it's not even close. It was definitely close. The ref that called it incomplete couldn't even. He was behind Diggs. He couldn't even see him. He couldn't even see that second part. He ruled him out of bounds. It had nothing to do with possession. In real life, it looked like he had possession. So if he never did that juggle at the end, I still don't think they would have reviewed it. I think that's what McDermott is mad about too. It's like the only reason we know that it wasn't a catch is because we're watching it in slow motion.
Adjusted. All the cover zero early. Moves away from it. They've got some good controls. Pass. Sends it away.
And it's not just that. It's the gravity of the play. Like a play that has that much on it. I mean, I think it should be reviewed. You got to make sure that the big ones you get right. And I think McDermott just wanted them to take a look at it. This is a really big play. We could score a touchdown here, big swing of momentum. And I think that's why he wanted them to look at it. See what Mike McDaniel does here. 4 seconds left. No running back. Maybe some kind of trick play. Tyreek Hill, something up his sleeve here. Taking a shot downfield. And that's knocked down with 0 seconds left. Even if it would have been caught, it didn't look like anything would have mattered. All right. So that is our first half of football. It is 20-17. Miami will receive the second half of the ball in the second half. Gonna turn this TV down a little bit. Call in.
You're still a genius, but there is a smarter way to save. Switch to Verizon. For a limited time, get Welcome Unlimited for just $25 a line.
$25?
And it's guaranteed for 3 years. Brilliant! Well, you would know.
Roku.
I think the bike's probably faster.
Now is the best
Here
time
we
to
go.
switch to Verizon for just $25 a
My
month.
phone is my remote.
3 years. The savings that last on the network you want. Verizon.
CBS Sports celebrates.
All right.
Hello?
Hey, man.
How's it going?
Good. You bouncing on your nutsack?
Every Sunday.
Nice, dude. So, what do you think? What do you think of? I haven't talked to you in a couple days, so let's actually talk about yesterday. What did you think about yesterday's games?
To be truthful, I'm a little sick. I'm still a little sick, and
Emotionally,
I'm knocked out.
emotionally,
No,
or physically?
Physically sick
Okay.
and emotionally, I guess. But yeah, I'm also a little pissed off, and I actually wanted to talk a little bit about that today too. But no, I did not catch the games really much yesterday. I hopped in the chat with you for a little bit and watched, but beyond that, I didn't really watch yesterday.
Okay. What made you mad? Herbert blowing the 27-point lead?
Mm-hmm.
Like
Crazy,
you actually felt like the emotion you felt in that moment was anger. That's interesting.
No, I was referring more to the Packers being out.
Oh, okay. That makes
Yes.
more sense. That makes a
Yeah.
lot more sense.
And it is, I mean, dude, it's been a while since we haven't made the playoffs. And
Welcome to the club.
yeah, I mean, it's not a good club.
It
It's not a fun
sucks,
club.
dude. It's terrible.
It sucks bad, you know. And even though like I'm a realist when it comes to being a fan, and you know, I don't let my fandom get in the way of my brain. There's no way that we were gonna go out and beat a Bills or a Chiefs team, you know, especially in a playoff, or even the fucking Niners. Let's be that. Let's start there.
Yeah, like in the Super Bowl.
But I just like, you know, it just goes to show that like as we get older, how cool your relationship becomes with football, especially when we've now added like fantasy football and just doing some casual betting. How much more invested into the games you become, you know, especially as two guys that used to play the game since we were like tiny kids, played until we were 18 years old. It's just really cool, you know, especially like I said, like right now, like I'm not, you know, it's a blessing and a curse. You know, it's cool that we get to go to the playoffs a lot. We haven't had a Super Bowl since I think 2013. But it is cool to have, you know, fantasy, and like I honestly like hit my boys up in the chat today, and I was like, "Yo, we're all still talking." I'm like, "Dude, I miss fantasy bad."
Oh,
I miss,
yeah.
like even yesterday, like I would have like if I would have had Trevor Lawrence or somebody on my team, like I would have been watching that game like a hawk,
Yeah.
So I do miss that, man, and this is like where it comes like the football blues start coming, especially like in these weeks where like you have 3 weeks before the Super Bowl. That those weeks suck, Like the Super Bowl is like it's fun. It's like it's literally should be a national holiday. It really should. Like there should never be for work on Monday, in my opinion.
Yeah. It
But
should
like
be.
after that, like dude, we're screwed. Obviously, my wife is happy about it, but it sucks, man. It sucks being a Packers fan this year.
Yeah, I would say you guys had a really. I mean, there was some highs and there were some lows, but there are teams that had all lows. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to be a coffee half full guy, but I'm just saying there are teams that never experience the highs of the Packers, and you think going into the final week of the season, the Packers could reasonably be considered one of the hottest teams in the playoffs if they would have handled Detroit. And there would have been people that would have picked the Packers, I think, against the Niners. I personally wouldn't have, but if they could have handled business against the Lions, it was like their stock was so high at that before that kickoff. And then it was just like it all just came back to, the Packers that we pretty much saw all season. And I mean, you got to give credit to Detroit, but it is shitty. Like when Manning had his first year in Denver, we were playing the Ravens in the divisional round, and Flacco had like 30 seconds left, and we had a 7-point lead, and he's on his own 7-yard line. So like he's in shotgun, pretty much in his own end zone. I think he was in his own end zone. And he throws a 60-yard like air travel, 60-yard bomb to Jacoby Jones. And it's a Hail Mary and the Ravens score. And it was literally gut-wrenching. And then the Ravens end up winning in overtime, and then they won the Super Bowl. And it was like, wow, I can't believe they even did this off a Hail Mary. But the week after that Ravens game, I didn't watch any playoff football. I didn't watch the Super Bowl that year. I was so mad about what happened. Like I didn't want to see the Ravens go on to play another team. Like I didn't care about it, but I know what it's like to be in that space and just like not be interested because you're still mad about something that happened. But I'm kind of gotten used to it. It's a terrible thing, but at least, I watch a lot of bad football this year watching the Broncos play. So my kind of thing is like going into the playoffs is like, at least we're going to see some good football, and that's, I think that's always worth it, but it's just, you got to you're not used to it. You're not used to the Packers missing the playoffs. That's all it is.
Yeah. And, it's something I feel like we'll see what happens with us, man. Like, of course, like we had that little showing of Jordan Love this year, and he looked great, man. No complaints. Like, we made that decision a few years ago to draft the guy, and I think it was terrible for us, whatever. But if you look at the future, if you look at someone who gets to work under Aaron Rodgers for 3 years, people ask me all the time. I think actually somebody asked me in the chat once, it's like, who are you going with, Favre or Rodgers? To me, it's not even close. Like Favre is probably a top 10, top 15 all-timer, but I think Rodgers is no question a top 5 quarterback. When you look at the position of quarterback, not wins, not head coaches, like, I feel like a lot of the times when we talk about the Brady conversation, like you have to look at the teams that this guy had around him, and you have to look at the coaching he had around him at the time. It's not, football isn't like basketball, where one guy, can kind of take over a game once in a while. It doesn't happen often, but you'll see guys like Luka or Kobe or LeBron or whatever, like those guys. It's 5 guys, and one guy gets super, super hot. He's lights out. He can drop 50, 60, 70 and win a game for a team. Quarterback position, you can't do that without a good line, without good receivers, So I hate those comparisons when people are talking about, the greatest of all time. And, of course, like I think Brady is probably up there. You know, it's hard to argue against him.
Yeah.
But when I'm thinking all around, like someone, if I'm putting a dream team together, you know, of like the best arm, like the actually best, most accurate arm, someone who's athletic, someone who knows the game really well. Like there's no question that Aaron Rodgers is one of the best football minds ever. We've never seen anybody make another team jump off sides and have a free play more than Aaron Rodgers has done in his career. You know, nobody. Nobody. And it's weird, right? Like, isn't it a weird thing? Like, we've been seeing that for a decade of him, like, knowing that he's good at this and, like, you know, so kind of going on a little rant there, especially about Aaron Rodgers. I hate to sound like a homer, but I'm not saying anything that's not factual, you know?
Yeah, no. I mean, I think Aaron Rodgers is also, and this is just the power of the media, but he's disproportionately attacked for winning one Super Bowl. Like, I can show you on the camera. I posted this video. This was Aaron Rodgers in his press conference immediately after the game 6 days ago. And all I said was Aaron Rodgers coming back. I'll be very sad the day he hangs him up for good. And this guy goes, I've never seen someone live off one Super Bowl this long. LMAO, even Eli and Big Ben got 2. And then I said, I guess you weren't around for Kurt Warner, Steve Young, Brett Favre, Drew Brees, and Joe Namath. You probably also missed guys like Dan Marino that never got one. Manning was carried to his second ring. Like, we won that last one in spite of Manning, so he should have only had one. But, yeah, you've never seen it before. And it's just like, I just don't understand that kind of argument. Like, we've seen very, very good quarterbacks not win a ring or multiple rings. Like, Drew Brees was a good quarterback, and Dan Marino, who's at this game right now in Buffalo, traveled for the game, never won a Super Bowl. And
yeah,
I just think sometimes it feels like it's kind of like a cheap way to measure people. Like in basketball, it makes a little more sense because of the exact thing you said. Players can just take over a game. So it does feel like, okay, when LeBron James is at his peak, his team went to the finals every year because he was going to make that happen one way or another. We knew LeBron would be in the finals. Football is not like that. Like, you can have Dan Marino and never make it to the Super Bowl. And that's why I don't really like that kind of, how many rings do they got? I mean, basketball is one thing, but I think football is a little different. So, what do you think about Miami and what Mike McDaniel's doing right now? Do you expect this game to continue to be close?
All, what's homeboy's name? The tight end,
Mike Gesicki.
Dude, I can't pronounce his last name. What a G.
Mike Gesicki, 88,
bro. Dude, with his whatever you call that stupid dance the kids are doing nowadays, the gritty.
Dude,
him and his trolling gritty kills me.
Who is he trolling?
Dude,
Waddle?
No, because he was heavy on the internet. He tried to do one, and he got like absolutely destroyed mid-season for doing the gritty, and it was like all over. Dude, World Star posted, everybody posted this guy's fucking just awful gritty, and now he just does it like satirically. It's really
I
funny.
love that. The Eminem style. Make fun of yourself. Yeah. They have nothing to do. Bill in the chat said 2 Mannings equals 4 rings. I don't have an argument. I'm just putting out the facts. That is true. And that is another great example that I could use. Eli Manning has 2 rings, but nobody thinks Eli Manning is better than Aaron Rodgers. I don't know anybody that thinks that. So, I mean, it works both ways. People that don't have rings, you know, I think maybe be better than people give credit for. And then people that have rings, sometimes people are like, that's kind of your way to shut the argument down. Is like, hey, okay, so Eli Manning was better than Brett Favre. Like, get the hell out of here.
And like, that's another really good argument. Is like, who would you take, Peyton Manning or Aaron Rodgers in their peak?
I mean, I would take Manning just because of the fact that he was like a coach on the field.
Dream team, though. Dream team. And I that is a great argument for like that's one of his intangibles that I'm looking at and I'm going, maybe a little better leadership.
Well, and Manning also, he's broken records that have yet to be broken. Like, he threw 55 touchdowns in one season. That's something in a new era of, you know, Mahomes and Chiefs and quarterbacks protected, still not broken, which is like, I mean, when he was
Wait,
on,
one season, single season touchdown record.
yeah, he broke Tom Brady's record. He broke the all-time touchdown record. He broke the yards. Mahomes almost this year was able to beat Peyton Manning's single season, but he couldn't for yards thrown. I think he was at like 5,000, something ridiculous. Like when Manning was at his peak, he was clearly the best in the league. But I mean, that's just I watched a lot of him play. And I thought even in when he was dueling with Tom Brady with the Colts, I always thought Manning was better than Tom Brady. I couldn't really understand why Tom Brady kept getting his number. I was like, what is it about, the Patriots where they kind of keep beating the Peyton Manning? Because to me, it looked like Manning was always the better quarterback, but didn't have the rings that Brady had.
Yeah, I mean, I can't disagree with anything, but I'm just going to take the overall athleticism, like the constant stretching of plays that Aaron Rodgers does, like the second, third, fourth efforts, and those go a long way in a season. I'm talking like again, we're talking a dream team situation. You have fucking Randy Moss and Jerry Rice on either side of the ball. You know what I mean? Like, and you're putting the best quarterback out there to score points. It's tough between them, man. It really is.
Yeah.
But
and I would argue Patrick Mahomes is better than those options, even at this point in his career.
He's young, yeah, we'll see. And he might, dude, that kid might go down as one of the best of all time too.
Yeah. I mean, he's never not been in the AFC Championship game since he's been a starter.
Yeah. He's going to do crazy things. And again, now we're adding into the conversation athleticism. There's not a quarterback in today's football that does not run the ball that isn't in the top 5. Every single top 5 quarterback has some sort of legs.
Yeah.
Josh Allen, Mahomes, I wouldn't say Lamar's top 5 right now, but look at what that kid does.
Yeah, even Justin Fields.
Jalen Hurts can fucking run. Justin Fields should have been a running back.
Well, Chicago's got no weapons, but I think Fields. What I saw this year, I think Fields is definitely the answer there for Chicago.
Yeah, that's their situation is crazy. I'm glad it's shitty. Yeah, but back to these Dolphins, man. I low key, like, obviously, I'm from Wisconsin.
Wait, 1 second. One second. Hey, Build said he just popped in to say hi. He's got to hit the shower and go out to watch the G-Men. The first 2 games of the playoffs aren't giving me hope. Bill, keep your head up. We just had a conversation about not having a dog in the fight in the postseason. It's a sad story. No matter what happens tonight, remember you're a winner. Go Giants. Good luck. And he said, catch y'all later. Have a good one. Good luck, dude. Beat the Vikings for everybody. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, also shout out, I'm just seeing this right now, Legendary Press. When you were talking about Peyton Manning, he was like talking about Clark, Harrison Stokely, Reggie Wayne. I mean, dude.
Oh,
not that Aaron Rodgers didn't have greats when it came to Donald Driver, Greg Jennings, and Devontae Adams, but it's usually a one-guy situation.
I have a huge argument against this, and I actually created a word to describe it. I call it the Manning effect. So when Manning came to Denver, they didn't acquire a bunch of receivers. They had Demaryius Thomas, Julius Thomas, Eric Decker.
Great.
No. Because these guys were not great before Manning showed up. And then they played with Manning, and Eric Decker got a $90 million deal with the Jets. Julius Thomas got a $100 million deal with the Jags. They started losing everybody, and they bring in new guys, and then those new guys would go get deals. But before Manning showed up, Manning was so good mentally on the field that he made his receivers great. And I do believe that the greatness of Reggie Wayne and Marvin Harrison are undeniable. But you do have to, in the equation that we're doing here, Josh Allen just lost the ball. Miami's going to pick it up and score. That's a touchdown for the Dolphins.
Holy shit.
The Dolphins are winning this game 23-20 at the moment. And
oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
Oh God, this is so annoying. God, I cannot have the Dolphins beat the Bills. My friends are so annoying, dude.
They won't. I still think Buffalo's going to win this game by 13.
100%. I agree. I put my fucking bank account on the Bills right now. That's
That
just
is
a
crazy.
whiff. Let's see.
He picks up the ball.
That's just a freak thing. Like the guy grabbed his arm to try to tackle him. He tried to stay up too long
Yeah, we've.
instead of going down, and then he just left without the ball. Oh, that hurts, man.
I mean,
Whatever.
Miami started with the ball in the second half, and they got a 3-and-out. So if you just imagine Miami started with the ball and scored, and now Buffalo gets the ball, that's what you got to do mentally if you're Buffalo. Hey,
Yeah,
they scored on their first drive to start the second half. Now it's your turn.
dude. I think if anything, that just pisses them off because I don't even think. I mean, obviously they're taking the Dolphins seriously. Fuck, they're losing to them right now. But if you just see, like, honestly, the last 2-minute drives or whatever, like the way that they were just throwing the ball down the field, that Stephon Diggs catch.
Yeah.
Yes, it was a physical catch, but like that's why I was kind of pissed because like I thought it was no way it was a catch or whatever. Then we see the one angle where that was only his feet, and then even you were like, oh man, I don't know, but you're not looking at the front of his body. Then finally they show that third angle where as soon as the ball touches him, yes, it touches his hands, but then he's cradling it with one arm and it's on the body. Yeah, he physically caught it, but it wasn't even close to a legal catch.
Yeah, well, what I saw was in real time. I thought it looked like he had his feet down, and it looked like he had the ball so secure with that one hand. It looked like such a possessional squeeze on the ball, and it wasn't until he tucked it that things got weird. I thought almost if he would have kept the ball out, then it could have been a touchdown, because it looked like he had like a really good handle on the ball. It was like when he tucked it, things got weird. But I didn't even notice that he went to tuck the ball on the original play.
Yeah, you see it on that final angle.
Yeah, no, and the final angle, I was like, okay, that makes sense. But dude, the last thing I'll say is obviously we got a game to call because it's actually a real game. I don't know if you've noticed, but I was talking about the refs recently, and Pat McAfee had brought it up about how these refs, they are like, they don't have a full-time job. They do this as a side gig. Like they have their own law offices and their lawyers and stuff like that. And then on the weekend, this is their side gig. And I was like, there's been so many bad calls this year. I mean, just really atrocious. It's been the worst year since the strike that I remember. And I don't know if it's because I've been paying more attention to each game, but it's just been like blown calls, just things that don't make sense. And I'm glad McAfee brought that up, that it's a side gig, because I really think this needs to be a Tuesday through Sunday job where they go into the office, they watch film, they have mishap reports. Okay, how did this call get missed? Make sure it doesn't happen again. Like the NFL is a multi-billion-dollar company, and they have the refs, arguably extremely important to the game, as a side gig. Like, what is that? Like, why are these guys not, full-time jobs passing? It should be like a bar exam to be an NFL ref, and it should be a high-paying job.
I'm looking up right now how much do NFL reps make, because I want to know the answer to that question, because that's going to basically, holy shit, all right. So, yeah, they make $200,000 a year.
That's what I thought it was, yeah. They make what the president makes.
Okay.
No, the president makes $400,000.
Yeah. So, if you're telling me, I mean, it's tough. If you look at it from a business perspective and you say, hey, we want these guys working full-time. We want you only dedicated to the NFL making good calls, right?
Right.
Then what that means is you're paying these guys more. Like, hey, you're paying these guys as much as some NFL players now, right? Which is fine. I think that's great. I think they should be making a lot of money, NFL refs.
Yeah.
That's tough from a business perspective. If you're going to now pay these guys full time, what are they doing for, 9 months out of the year?
9 months out of the year, I would say training.
Training, studying?
Studying.
You're literally now, I'm not for nothing, you're literally paying these guys $500,000 a year to watch football. Versus if you, I think the reason, and I would love to look into this more, the reason that they hire lawyers is because of their legal minds, knowing intricate rules, knowing
taking emotion out of everything.
I'm sorry.
Taking the emotion out of everything and just looking at
just
facts.
knowing black and white. This is the way that this is supposed to go, right?
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But I think there's two
Real
parts.
quick, hang on. Let me finish real quick with this.
Yeah.
Because I think that because the NFL is labeled as an entertainment industry and they are legally allowed to fix games, why would they want to invest more if they could kind of? I'm not saying they do. I think it's possible. I think it's legal for them to do it. So I'm thinking, why not? You know? And we see it all in real time. You know, if it's something black and white, we see the three angles. We know Stephon Diggs didn't legally catch that ball, right? But if it's a face mask missed, if it's a holding call missed, if it's a defensive pass interference not called, you know, shit like that, I think that, you know, if it needed to be leaned a certain way, if the Bills look really good in the Super Bowl this year, which they do, and they're a good team, and they're hot right now, and Bills Mafia, the whole fandom is cool, and they're new, and they finally don't suck. That looks sexier than a Miami team where the fans leave in the third quarter. We haven't really been good. Tua's had concussions. Like, that doesn't look sexy when it comes to a Super Bowl versus a Bills Chiefs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but what does that have to do with anything?
I'm saying it's like the NFL wanted to, like,
Rig?
not fix games, not rig games, but lean towards them. You know what I mean? Lawyers, I'm sure they do a lot of shit under the table. Like, lawyers aren't necessarily known as like the most stand-up guys in the room where you can trust them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel like you got to think about all these things when you're encompassing like refs and how they're paid and how they're structured, their job is. You got to think of all the aspects of it. You know what I mean? So why would the NFL have full-time guys who are 9 months out of the year, they're studying and they're becoming experts at their craft, like absolute experts. Look at how old these guys are too, by the way. A lot of these people are in their like 40s and 50s, and they, you know, they're not running and looking at a play. They're literally, their vision probably isn't perfect. Like, I've been thinking for years that this should all be done in a production office. We have thousands of cameras, thousands of angles. The reason why the NFL is so great compared to soccer and other sports is the production value. Like, look at that pass. Look at the camera angle we're on right now. We can see how close to the space. You can see their emotions. You can hear them.
Yeah.
When we're watching on TV versus soccer, you have the one view usually from way far away, and they look like little ants on the field, and the one camera angle is just going back and forth, really slow. You know, we have cameras like above these guys, so why not use those for the rules? Why not have guys in offices, kind of like we do now? Like, it's weird because like all the end-all calls when you're on a review go to who?
Oh, I like the human aspect of it, but I'm okay with like a margin for error when I like see a replay super slow and I'm like, yeah, I could see that. It's just like the blatant stuff. It's like, okay, we got to be better. And the only thing I would say about the hey, they're only paying like, what was it, $200,000, and maybe these lawyers are, you know, like, that's not enough money for me and my lifestyle. I have my own law office. I want to make $1 million a year. That's why I do this as a side gig. Well, I think that's okay. Like, you don't then this isn't for you, because there are plenty of people out in the world that will be happy with $200,000 a year. Like, you don't have to cater to people that, you know, want to be millionaires. Because if you treated this as, you know, like a college, an internship, a bar exam, like, you would get people that this is their whole life, and you wouldn't have to deal with people that are, you know, half invested. You would have people that commit their whole life to it. $200,000 to be a ref, people would go to college and do that. I'm sure people that love football would do it. Like, I think that it is possible, but I think the NFL, to your point though, kind of just doesn't want to invest like the amount of money, because they're probably thinking, if it's not broke, why fix it? But the problem is, I think it is just because we, you know, are accustomed to this level of, you know, officiating doesn't mean that this is the best that we're capable of. And
I agree.
And I that would be my only thing, is like, hey, the number one thing is maybe this shouldn't be a side gig. Maybe that should be part of the rules immediately. Like, if we want people that want to commit their life to this, there are people that commit their life to all kinds of things that are, you know, we might think are strange, but that's what they love. That's what they care about. Humans, there's a group of them out there that would commit their whole life to being a ref if they had.
You would do it.
I don't think so.
Like,
I'm too emotional.
Guys like you.
I'm too emotional.
Guys like you. No, I memean, yes and no, but like, dude, if the NFL was like, hey, we're paying $200,000 for the best refs, and there's literally all times like written tests, like you said, there's visual tests, you have to call an actual game, and there's all this, like, it's literally could be like a college, like you have to go to and you have to study for 5 years, and it's like a paid internship in the beginning, whatever, and then and then you're actually, I mean, I'm not saying that they don't do something similar now. I would love to look into like what the credentials are right now.
Yeah, it's probably some kind of union or something.
Yeah, I'm truly interested. But you're right, man. It should be a full-time job. It shouldn't be a side gig. I love that at least it's usually lawyers that are educated, smarter people.
Yeah, that is a deep pass going downfield to Waddle, and he has it in his hands, but then it's broken up at the last second attempt. Yeah, I totally agree with that.
Oh.
I
Waddle
think
should have came down with that.
I thought so too, but this is just a really good play in the ball by Johnson. Look at this. He gets his hand right in the middle and punches it out.
Yeah, that's close.
He almost had it. I thought he was going to catch it.
Damn, he literally punched it out. What a play.
Yeah, that was awesome. It's also cool that we're synced. We're synced up right now.
Yeah, no, I whenever, like, that's why I always tell you that you should always, for the viewers, like, especially us on the chat, like, you should always just say the times a lot, just because even a few times I've been watching and we're like, it seems like we're synced up, then I'll still somehow get 6 seconds ahead of you or something.
Yeah, it's super weird. I have no idea.
I'm 11:55. I'm sorry, 10:55.
It's because there's no like hard cable anymore. Everybody's using, streaming
servers.
And that's kind of the one thing that sucks a little bit about it, but it is what it is. Well, thanks for calling in. I'm going to try to call this game as best possible for people at work. Dude, some people will just be at work and they'll just put it on speaker. And
it's exactly what I do. I literally turn on the game. I turn the TV down. I have you turned up. I love it, man. Shout out to the chat.
Definitely shout out to the chat. Shout out to you.
Thanks for another Tyler time.
Absolutely. Tyler time. That's what we're going to call it.
Trying to make something work.
No, dude. And we're going to be here all day. So if you're still with us, hang out, call back, whatever. We'll be here until like 8 p.m. Shout out Star 6.
Love you guys.
All right. Love you, brother. All right. See ya.
Peace.
All right. So that was Tyler time. That was awesome. Great conversations, great dialect. Love talking to him. Not just because he's my brother, but pretty much, yeah, because he's my brother. So that is going to be a punt. So Josh Allen going to have an opportunity to get back on the field. There was a couple plays on that last drive that should have maybe been caught. There was one to Knox that was perfectly thrown by Josh Allen. It just seems like he keeps getting wildly unlucky. But I have a feeling the luck can only go for so long before the Bills just start dominating in this game. So let me hit up the chat really quick. Legendary Pest said, "This game is so sad, LOL." And he said, "I hope that ages well." That was at 12:20, which was about 14 minutes ago. That was probably in reference to us talking about the Bills dominating the second half after Miami returned that fumble for a touchdown. So we are at the commercial break, and Buffalo trying to regain the lead. I think everything that could go right for Miami already has. So, and we talked about this. We talked about this yesterday because somebody was in the chat and they said, "I'm always cheering for the underdog. I want the underdog to win." And as much as I want the underdog to win, almost all the time, my only issue with that is I don't want to see a fluke in the next round. So, like, if Miami wins, okay, I don't want to see them go into Cincinnati. The whole point of the playoffs is that the best teams are going to play the best teams. Now, I'm okay with a 7-9 team that gets really hot. Like if the Packers got really hot and beat the Niners, I wouldn't be mad about that. I'd be like, cool. The Packers are a hotter team than the Niners right now, and they're going to play the Eagles next week. But I don't want to see, a Dolphins team somehow find their way where enough things went wrong for Buffalo into a game next week where they're obviously don't really have a chance against the Bengals. I would rather see I want to see the best team in each conference be the last one standing. And I think that's going to be between Buffalo, Kansas City, and the Bengals. So we'll see what happens. Buffalo's got to kick it in high gear right now. There is going to be a game at 4:30, 8:30, 3 p.m. Eastern time. So we got a game actually coming up here in an hour. Is that right? There's 10 minutes left, 10 minutes, 15 seconds left. Next game's at 1:30. All right. Handoff is going to go to Cook. And that is going to be a loss of a lot. What was that, like 6 yards? Let me turn the TV up a little bit. 5. Loss of 5. Wow.
This is supposed to be Josh Allen supposed to keep that. He forgot.
Right into Phillips. Nobody there to block him. Just a free man. So 2nd and 15. Maybe it's a blessing in disguise. Josh Allen will finally throw it, and he does get rid of it. Is Josh Allen all right? It looked like he went down weird. I assume he's all right, or they would have. Yeah, cameras would have already done that if there was something wrong. So, I mean, Phillips, the guy just made that tackle, just plowed through Brown. That was not finesse. That was not getting a low bend. That was just straight bull rush. Got to hold your ground. It's 3rd and 13. Josh Allen's in shotgun, looking. Got some time. He found some time. He launches downfield for Diggs, who almost could have made a play on the ball, but then it's just not completed. What? Pretty good defense. Howard was there. It went right through his hands. Look at this. As much as Tony Romo is trying to say that you need to calm down, that was a great throw. That was a really great throw. Oh, my goodness. I almost blocked the punt, dude. That was a great directional punt. Unreturnable. You literally cannot create a better punt than that. As far as directional punts go. That was perfect. Shout out Pat McAfee. All right. 8 minutes, 46 seconds. Now, Thompson's probably feeling pretty good about this right now. He's like, hey, man, I am beating the Bills right now. I am not supposed to. And he might start playing with a confidence that we haven't seen yet today. And that's just kind of what happens when you start feeling yourself. I wouldn't be surprised if he makes a couple plays that we didn't know he was capable of until this point in the game. Waddle in motion. See if Buffalo can just shut that whole idea down defensively. It's going to be a shotgun formation and a handoff, and that is a tackle for a loss. So Buffalo's first play is a 5-yard loss handoff, and Miami's first play will be a 2-yard loss on the handoff. All right, Mike McDaniel calling plays. Buffalo's defense eagerly waiting. I think it's time for Buffalo's defense to change the swing of things here. An interception, a strip sack on Phillips. That would be huge. And they're going to bring some pressure here. And they're going to get there. He's holding him, and he just throws it. And somehow it's completed. Oh, my gosh. And you got it. Man. That was a ballsy. Oh, his knee was down. Let's see if the refs look at this one. Let's see. 58 comes in there. He grabs him. Good job not letting him go, grabbing that leg. Let's see. Oh, that's a bang bang. You could replay assist. So we were talking about that. Tyler's saying we have so many camera angles, like we don't even really need refs in all these different spots anymore. Well, that's kind of what replay assist is, but yeah.
It's just that top of that or the bottom of that shin, Tony, right above the ankle, right there's a great shot there, and you see him down with the ball still in his hand.
Okay. Okay. So I guess the shin counts as a knee. Okay. I didn't realize the shin counted the same as a knee. All right. So here we go. 3rd and 19. Bills Mafia going crazy. Come on. Get that rush going. Looks like the middle linebacker, he fakes the blitz and then he drops back into coverage. This one goes downfield and it's picked. Intercepted. And there's the momentum that the Bills needed. Let's see if there's another fight on the field, because every time one of these teams gets a pick, no fights. And honestly, that was just an underthrow. Thompson, I don't know if that was Waddle or Hill, but he sees him running up the sideline. And I think he's trying to fit it in that space before the safety gets there. I'm not really sure if he thought he was gonna maybe run a different route. I mean, it was either a really bad underthrow or receiver just extended his route too much. So I mean, look, you're gonna have some of that happen. Not a lot of rapport with these guys. Second start ever. So Josh Allen takes over with good field position. Let's see if they score in the first play to capitalize on that momentum. And the first play is going to be to Gabriel Davis, who's going to catch it on the 21, get back up, and get one more yard before he's tackled again. So they're in the red zone after one play. Buffalo trying to blow this thing open here. They could score on this drive 27-24, score one more 30. All right. Shotgun formation. Stephon Diggs in motion. Allen looking, rolling, keeping his head downfield. He's going to throw this one away in the area of Gabriel Davis. Ooh, there's a flag down on the field. We'll see what this one is. Let's see how cold it is in Buffalo. I'm going to guess it's 27 degrees. Temperature in Buffalo. Ooh, it's 29. Incomplete pass. No penalty for illegal contact.
Defensive holding, no pocket restriction, but on illegal contact, you look and see the potential foul. Look back. If quarterback's out of the pocket, you don't have a foul.
So it's 13 up there.
Didn't know that.
Gabe Davis on top.
So when the quarterback gets outside of the pocket, defensive holding doesn't matter? I'm obviously understanding that weird. Singletary with the handoff gains 2 yards. That's going to bring up 3rd and 8, 6 minutes and 25 seconds. Left tackle shaken up. Dawkins. And he's on his feet, talking to the trainers. Crazy to think Buffalo had a 17-0 lead in this game.
They've been putting pressure, though. They've been getting pressure from Josh Allen.
All right. So they're looking at this injury, I'm going to take a quick piss.
The Dolphins have turned this around defensively. They've been really good. You talked about it earlier.
Interesting. Hit a Sunday helmet. He can sit out play.
I love this mug. Damn Pleasant. Beaver, Washington. Small little town that I drove through once. All right. 3rd and 8, Josh Allen, shotgun. Can they get? It's a designed run. And Josh Allen stays on his feet. Wow. It looked like they were going to have him. And he just kept driving the feet. There we go. We haven't seen that. Josh Allen design run. Phillips with an opportunity to grab him by the legs and just misses. That's a lot of weight to pull down. You gotta grab all of that, dude. 240 pounds or whatever. Can't ankle tackle that. So here we go. Now it's 1st and goal. 5 minutes and 25. Beasley in motion. Shotgun. Quick throw to Beasley. Touchdown, Bills. Here we go. So Beasley comes in motion, and then Diggs and Gabriel Davis block their 2 corners. Beasley comes right behind them, catches the ball, picks up enough speed before contact to bulldoze his way in the end zone. Extra point, money. It's 27-24. All right. So it's becoming less and less likely that we're going to have to deal with any annoying Dolphin fans. That's good. I want to see Buffalo blow this game open. One more touchdown in the 3rd quarter would be nice. 3 and out and another touchdown. I want to see this game go to, let's see. I want to see it be 34-24 at the end of the 3rd. That is my goal. Take a 10-point lead in the 3rd, and then I trust them to cover the 13.5 by the end of the game. Giants and Vikings inactive. So after this game, we roll right into the G-Men playing the Vikings. Obviously, Bill, a big Giants fans, going out for the game. And we saw the Giants play the Vikings, I believe this week. I think it was week 16 or week 17. And it was a close game. Came down to the wire. A 62-yard field goal for the win for the Vikings. I expect this game to be a close game, a fun game. So, I mean, I didn't think that this Buffalo game would be competitive up to this point, as long as it has been. But I do expect the score to be over 13.5 by the end of the game. But this Giants-Vikings game, I have no idea. I would be lying if I said I had a good feeling about the Vikings or the Giants. So excited to watch that right after. And then tonight on NBC, streaming on Peacock. If you have a Roku TV, totally, I think Peacock, not free. I think it's like $3 a month or something cheap. So I'm going to be streaming that on Peacock for the Ravens-Bengals. So a lot of good matchups coming. Let's see. Did Baltimore have to release their inactives? Baltimore injury report. Lamar Jackson officially out. Frick. They're going to get rolled. I don't know. Baltimore's defense is number 3 scoring defense in the NFL. Ooh. Big special teams hit. And you kind of just know when things are going really well when your special team starts making big hits. It's like, all right, we're firing on all cylinders. So I don't think that the score is a good representation of kind of the Bills' defense. Obviously, the scoop and score got him to 24 from 17. Otherwise, the score right now would be 17-27. But it is what it is. The crowd's back into the game. And this is where Buffalo, I think, takes the top off. They are about to blow the game open. It's going to start with some pressure. And then, a quick throw to Tyreek Hill and a great design. And Tyreek stays on his feet. And did he run out of bounds on purpose? That didn't look. That's crazy. Did Tyreek, he's trying to avoid Palmer, number 21. And yeah, that's why he spiked the ball. He was mad that he lost his balance out of bounds, but some great blocks by number 30. Playing with a club. Tyler knows what that's like. That's in gold. Ian Gold. So that's their first down of the quarter or the half, however you want to slice it. Shotgun formation for Thompson. See what the Bills do here. See if they try to rattle him, bring some pressure. Tyreek Hill moving around a little bit, snap. And they do got pressure. And, the Bills, they fall on the ball, but it was a forward pass, so wonder why they. Yeah, very clearly in real time and in slow motion. Ooh, Thompson looks a little banging up right there. Teddy Bridgewater. He does seem to be wearing pads. So maybe he would be an option if Thompson wasn't able to finish the game. Thompson's taken a little bit of a beating today. Only 11 completions on the day. Shotgun formation for him. A free rush. And he is going to be able to get this ball away out of bounds and avoid anything catastrophic there. 3rd and 10, 4:34 left in the third quarter. And 3rd down coming up. Miami trying to get at least 2 more first downs to get in that fringe area of field goal range. Buffalo trying to shut this down right now. Only allowing 1 first down in the half so far. So it'd be a big stop for Buffalo, get the ball back and get some points. Here we go. Can Miami overcome the momentum swing? 3rd and 10, shotgun for Thompson. Buffalo bringing 4. Thompson rolling out, scanning, looking, keeping his eye downfield, throwing in the area. Gesicki. There's no flag. Gesicki wants one, but they're gonna keep the laundry in their pocket. No flag on the play. 4th and 10, 4 minutes and 26 seconds in the third quarter. It did look, as much as I'm going for the Bills, it did look like Gesicki may have been held here.
This is where I thought he was going to take his shot to the end zone.
Oh, he's not going to, Romo. It's his 2nd game ever. Oh, my God, he fumbled the ball. Buffalo is able to get back on it. I think 53 secured the ball. I'm pretty sure 53 secured the ball. And Buffalo has really got to get their shit together, for lack of better words. And it's Buffalo's ball. That is a huge break.
It wasn't Neal, it was
I got both.
All right.
Daniel furious with the goal, but it was Dodson who got there before Smythe. And Buffalo.
So Buffalo dodges a huge bullet right there. They get to start this drive at the 32. The fumble actually advanced them. Allen under center. Don't see a ton of that. Fakes the handoff to Cook and then finds his tight end. That's a great check down decision right there. He definitely was looking for something deeper. But there's nothing wrong with 12 yards. You do that every time. Tony Romo's literally saying everything I say after I say it. He said you call these plays to get a shot downfield, and he goes with the check down. Good decision by Josh Allen. So 6 first downs this quarter for the Bills, only 1 for Miami. Shotgun for Josh Allen. This one's going to be a run to Cook. Cook's going to be able to get 3 to 4 yards. 3 minutes, 22 seconds. 2nd and 6.
It's so hard. Mike McDaniel coming up with a plan.
I think no matter how this thing unfolds here in the final 18 minutes and 5 seconds, I think Mike McDaniel handled himself very well in this game, and he had his team ready to play. Shotgun, they're going to bring pressure, and just looked like a bad throw by Josh Allen.
It's not really a misfire as much as the hands coming up right in front like earlier. Wilkins gets his hand up. We got 3 guys, and so you don't want to.
All right, so here we go. 3rd and 6.
And the hands, the tip ball goes up, it's interception, throw it around the hand.
Is that Jack Del Rio?
36 there. No one's guarding. You got one guy over here too.
Looks like they have some miscommunication on the bottom of the screen. Let's see if Allen goes that way. He will go to Cole Beasley instead, and Beasley is going to run it all the way to the 22-yard line. Wow, 29 yards on 3rd down. Great conversion. Looked like he could have had Gabriel Davis on the deep route as well. Let's see. Let's see where that deep safety is. Yeah, I think he could have hit 2 people on that play. Here we go. Josh Allen, shotgun, throwing, taking a deep shot downfield. Touchdown! Touchdown! $23-yard touchdown to Gabriel Davis on row for Miami. Josh Allen and Buffalo are back in control. Let's take a look at this replay. 1, 2, and then he even slides a 3rd for good measure. Great play. Great throw and catch. Great drive. Very balanced. This is the firepower that we're talking about. We talk about 2015 Golden State Warriors. You could be, winning by 20 and go to the bathroom and come back, and Golden State's got a 40-point lead. This is the firepower Buffalo has. Very similar. I mean, this game opened up in the beginning of the 3rd quarter. It was 17 to 24. In 12 minutes, it's 34 to 24.
Number 2 means he goes back, he stays in the flat. So he's going to get right up into that area in between in that pocket. So if he throws too soft, he'll be out of bounds. But you throw it on the line to get over the corner, but beats the safety. Wow.
What a beautiful throw, Tony.
A high-level execution right there. Like I said, only a few guys can do that.
You look at his 2. You saw Diggs and Davis together. As Josh
Wow, that's awesome.
Those two receivers, Diggs has 114 yards.
Fans get a ball, and they got the Wedding Crashers song going. Hey, 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 come on and shout. Seems like good vibes. I want to go get hammered and break a table. Bills Mafia just not one of those fan bases that it's hard to like. They're very likable. A very likable group. This is going to be a high kick. They're still not going to return it. All right. So 2 minutes and 7 seconds left in the third. Buffalo holding on to that 10-point lead now. Let's see if Thompson with Tyreek Hill and Waddle can respond. See if they take a shot downfield or if they stay calm and collective, maybe run the ball, do some shorter stuff. Let's see what the approach is here. 2:07 in the third, under center. 85 in motion. It's going to be a pitch on the first play. That's going to be good for a gain of 4. That's Wilson Jr. Uh-oh, and he's out. He landed awkwardly on his leg or something. They're not showing it on TV, but he stood up and he was kind of bow-legged. Something weird. Let's see. He's not in the game anymore. Huh. We'll see if that gets addressed soon. 2nd and 7. Timeout Miami. So they have to burn one. So I have to burn one in order to prevent the delay of game. Man, I'm so close to McDaniel's play sheet right now, I can read it.
Here's Waddle, and it has not been a normal day for him by any means. I know that is shocking. No catches. We're talking about a duo that is outstanding all year, but we had a couple opportunities that they were in. Remember the first one? Oh, yeah.
All right. Under center is Thompson. Tight end checks back into a fullback position, fakes the handoff, throws it to the sideline for Tyreek Hill. And that's going to be a completion for a first down. 113, 112, 111, 110. Miami trying to get something on this drive. Makes the handoff. Tyreek Hill just finds a soft spot right there. Between Johnson and the safety. All right. This is going to be a fake handoff, and he's looking downfield for a shot. He's still looking. And now he's just going to run it for a gain of 1. Wow, he took a shot. Thompson took a shot, but he was in bounds. That wasn't even that big of a shot. It looked way worse on TV. I mean, it was a good shot, but yeah, of course. I mean, he was on his way out. You could make an argument that it's football. He wanted to, punish him for making that decision. Ooh, incomplete pass. But now they're going to call a pass interference or a holding on White. Now there's some fighting going on.
For the second time in this game,
Yeah, these guys know each other pretty well. Pass interference. Spot foul, automatic first down. Oh, crap. My oven's going off. 1 second, guys.
you had Scherfeld field in the area, and you had Craycraft. White didn't like it, and they were jawing. Oh, they both should have. I mean, Craycraft should have got a penalty. You can't put your finger in someone's face and taunt a little bit. Got away with one there, and that's what upset White. It's an 8-yard penalty. It's not foul. First down. Final play of the third. And that's wide of the mark again. And we close out quarter number 3. One that saw the Dolphins pounce on a fumble on the Bills' first snap of the second half and recover it for a touchdown to take the lead. But the Bills bounce back with 2 touchdowns of their own and lead it heading to the fourth. 34-24.
Alrighty. Look at this. DiGiorno cinnamon roll pizza.
Myself and my KFC pot pie.
All right. Wait for that to cool down. That's a great breakfast. DiGiorno cinnamon roll pizza.
New Lingo, Wednesday, 9 Central on CBS. Ford Escape. It offers bliss with cross and it's an IIHS top safety pick. It's built for
Trevor Lawrence has never lost on a Sunday in high school, college, or the NFL. So let's see when would they play the Chiefs?
If a princess could look like me, if stories could come to life, if I could watch heroes save the day,
Let's see, AFC divisional schedule.
Here is where 100 years of Disney dreams come to life.
Here's the divisional schedule released 1 hour ago. Kansas City Chiefs are going to be playing TBD. The Jaguars' opponent will be determined after the Bills-Dolphins game. So when is that game going to be, though? Kansas City, blah, 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 enjoying a first round bye. So they'll face the worst remaining seed once the wild card wraps up Monday night. We'll be updating the field of eight. Oh, so I understand how the playoffs work. I'm trying to see what are the times. Super wild card weekend, yada, yada, yada. Divisional round. Here we go. Jaguars, Dolphins, Ravens at Chiefs. The NFL will announce the divisional round schedule during the wild card round. So it's not released yet. We do not have that. The screen is all green and blurry. My screen is green? That's weird. Thompson with a throw and a completed catch going into Bills territory to the 44-yard line. Let me know, Jinja, if my screen is still green. That is weird. Actually, I can pull it up really quick on Facebook. Oh no, mine looks good on my phone. That's weird, dude. I think it's something with your system. Cause look, this is. Yeah, because it looks clear on my end. So if you're joining us now, welcome to the stream. There's 14 minutes and 5 seconds left. The Dolphins trying to get some points on the board here to stay alive after they had a 24-17 lead after a fumble in the beginning of the third quarter. But Buffalo would score 17 unanswered points. And now he's going to take a sack. Thompson's going to take a sack. And he goes back to the 32-yard line. 91's getting it. Oliver. I got my cinnamon roll pizza. DiGiorno makes a cinnamon roll pizza. I closed YouTube and brought it back up. All good now. Dope. Jinja, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the wild card round of the playoffs. It's good to have you here, brother. All right, so we got 2nd and 18, clock ticking. Let's see. It's a 10-point game, so Miami would kick a field goal here regardless. So let's see if Buffalo can try to take them out of field goal range, and instead Miami's going to go all the way for first down. That was just a great play. Great run. Really did a good job letting his blockers lead. Cinnamon roll pizza. All right, first down's going to be a run. Picks up 1 yard.
Really, this could make things interesting. No, you come out here and
got to hold him to a field goal.
At the 50-yard line, continuing a drive that had started off at the 35, late in the third, and chance to get right back into it.
2nd and 9.
Right up to the right. 2nd and 9. Crosses it. Edmonds is there.
I heard some whistles. Yeah, I heard some whistles. Now they're saying there was no play.
Edmonds went ahead and finished it out. Prior to the snap. Charge timeout. Buffalo. 30-second timeout. Oh, you want that one back? We see Tremaine.
All right, so now it's 2nd and 9. He definitely wishes he didn't call that timeout.
Rich contract. And of course, the Miami faithful recognize the name because his father, Carroll Edmonds, was a tight end for Miami.
See if Buffalo can make a stand here. Miami only has 1 touchdown offensively.
2nd and 9. All these points off turnovers today. 32 total. And then Miami breaks the middle with 12 seconds to go on the play clock.
Takes the handoff in an end-around pitch. Goes to Waddle. And they're going to say he's down inside the 1 yard line.
Here. Smythe comes in motion down, goes back out, and you see the speed, the explosiveness of Wall just slipped right before there.
That's close.
That might be a touchdown.
His knee never touched.
Yeah, but he's still up.
Yeah. This is his first time he touched the football. He touched it. He just hasn't secured it. There was not contact there, Gene.
That's a touchdown.
Gotten in here. Look at this. He's still up there. I think he's down barely just for a
Touchdown. Let's see. They're not going to challenge it.
Is in for the touchdown.
Touchdown. So Miami scores anyway.
Big time drive. I mean, this is one of the. I mean, obviously, it's a huge moment in the game here. But that now makes it back to that uncomfortable feeling for Bill fans because You just think that once the ball goes the wrong way one time, and you could all of a sudden be going home and be out of the playoffs. Wow, this is a game.
Yeah, this could make it a field goal margin.
That's what we have.
You talk about McDaniel.
The extra point is good.
That's Mostert, of course, about San Francisco. Ahmed is a ball on the corner. And Wilson was great this season from San Francisco.
Wow.
This Super Wild Card Weekend is presented by Verizon on CBS.
I was having challenges with my old bank. Lots of red flags. The other one, too.
It's a beautiful day today. Sun is shining. The tank is clean. The tank is clean. Ugh.
SoFi, get your money right.
Giants, Vikings, and actives. See if there's any names that jump off the screen here. Cornerback, Rodarius Williams. Running back, Corbin. Micah McFadden, linebacker. Little banged up on the offensive line. 2 guards. So they're probably going with the third string guard. But the Vikings have 2 defensive linemen out. That's weird. This Super Wild Card weekend in actives, it shows the Giants and Vikings and Dolphins and Bills, but it doesn't have anything for the Bengals and Ravens.
Last time the Dolphins had a postseason rush touchdown for Mark Smith.
First postseason rush touchdown since 2000. Damn. 23 years. And number 23 does it. All right. Woo. All right. Thank you guys for letting me eat. Obviously, it's impossible to go stream all these games and not eat. All right, 1st and 10. Allen under center, fakes the handoff, taking a shot downfield. Oh, my goodness. Kohu's able to break it up. It goes up in the air for just a moment. Gabriel Davis turns around to try to catch it off of the bounce. And just can't reel it in, just outside his fingers. Just outside his fingers. All right, shotgun formation for Josh Allen. Throws it. Same way. Same place, same guy. Gabriel Davis down the sideline, but this time just outthrows him. And if he throws that ball perfectly, that's a touchdown.
and say, we're going to play cover one, and we're going to risk this on the outside and hope our guys hang
Dude, that's a touchdown. If he throws that ball in a good spot. He gets around him, he's got a leg on him. He catches that in stride. All right, so now it's 3rd and 10. They'll probably be playing a more pass defense here, so probably see something different here. Stephon Diggs at the bottom of your screen. I'm looking for him to get involved here. Josh Allen sacked. And now they give it to Miami with a chance to take the lead.
This is a route. Pause. He is waiting to see this stuff, but he feels this. This is called the instinctive ones. And he's like, I'm going to go. The problem is it collapses very quickly.
So now they're going to punt the ball here with 10:06, 10:05, 10:04 on a 4th and 13. This one gets off clean, catches it at the 30, and he's going to go down at the 32-yard line. Ginger said that pizza does look solid. Is 23 Naheem Hines? I don't think so. I think it's Mortson. Number 23 Miami.
You're slouching again, Ted.
I guess I gotta specify Miami Dolphins.
Hope you can keep it clean. At least Geico makes bundling our home and car insurance easy,
Which helps us save a lot of money.
Oh, Teddy, did you get my friend Richard?
Jeff Wilson Jr. Number 23, Jeff Wilson Jr. Okay. Jeff Wilson's the guy that I thought got injured at one point in the game because he got up and he was walking weird on his leg, but no, luckily he wasn't hurt. Who do you guys have in the next round of games? Minnesota or the Vikings? Actually, put your score prediction in the chat. Getting some water. Work it. I need a glass of water. Ta 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 ta.
Do your own taxes online. H&R Block and tax season feels just as good as all those other seasons. Like football season.
Simple returns, final 3. That is just good taxes right there.
Upload last year's Turbo tax return and switch to H&R Block.
Oh, this water is damn pleasant. Oh. I'm so lucky. I actually enjoy water. I know some people like they want to drink more water. That's like one of their goals. But like, I actually truly enjoy water. It's like my beverage of choice. Especially after that coffee. Feel so dehydrated after coffee all the time. Okay, I thought you were talking about the Bills earlier. Oh. No, it was Miami ran it in with number 23, and apparently it's been 23 years since they had a rushing touchdown in the playoffs. All right, so Miami trying to play spoiler. 9 minutes left, down 3. They have the ball in the 32. Tyreek Hill in motion. They're going to hand this one off to Jeff Wilson Jr. He's going to be tackled at the line of scrimmage, gain of 0. 9:44, 9:43, 9:42, 2nd and 10. Lawson mad about something. Hey, when you burn the roof of your mouth. Shotgun formation. The ball is snapped. Bills trying to bring pressure. Thompson gets outside the pocket, throws it off of his back leg. Looked like it could have been a PI call. The Dolphins sideline wanted it, but it was just not a catchable ball. So good no call on the ref. Thompson's 15 for 38, 176 yards, a touchdown, and he's got 2 picks today. Jinja with the Rangers. More Rangers, baby. Jinja, that means he's off work. He's chilling. The family, the band is back. The boys are back. The boys are back in town. All right, 3rd and 10. Third down conversions, they're only 3 for 13. Their average yard to go is 9.5. That is not good. You want to stay in the 3rd and short. What are they jumping around about? Free rusher. Tyreek Hill looks so tiny next to Lawson. Bills. Miami called the timeout, but it looked like weird. So they're saying Miami called that timeout. To me, it kind of looked like Sean McDermott was the one jumping up and down on the sideline begging for something to be called. That is crazy. Yeah, I burnt the roof of my mouth. All right. So with 9 minutes and 19 seconds left in the game, Miami trying to perform an absolute miracle. Buffalo trying to bring some pressure. They find great throw. Waddle wrapped up and tackled. They're going to say forward progress was only after a gain of 3. Good job on 7, not letting go of that, not letting go of Waddle, because that is just a really, really amazing job. Usually you see these guys like Waddle, when they guard him by the hips and try to swing, they can break out of that, and then it takes a couple more guys to get him. He just uses his strength to hold on to that grip and bring him down. And here we go. We talked about it before. House money. McDaniel, 4th and 6. He's going for it. He said, I got a lot to gain and a little to lose. Keep the offense out there. Shotgun. Ball is snapped. Thompson looking, taking a shot all the way downfield. Nobody's there. He had him. They stopped the play first. Oh my gosh! Buffalo stopped the play. Buffalo calls a timeout. They go for the home run ball, don't get it. Everyone thinks Buffalo is getting the ball. Fans going crazy. Ref comes out on the field and says, Buffalo called a timeout. None of that happened. None of what you just saw is real. So now here we go. They're showing the replay. 2. They gave him the timeout. He may not have even called it in time. So now Miami gets 2 chances. It's like freezing the kicker and a kicker misses it. Look at this. Timeout. They won't even put up the play clock at the same time. Well, now they're going to punt the ball. Holy crap. Miami is going to punt it now. And a fair catch at the 10-yard line for Buffalo. Woo. Wow. All right, so Buffalo taking the field on the 10-yard line with 3-point lead. Trying to put this ball game ahead of them. They just can't get it just seems like they're on the verge of continuously breaking out of this game. And then just something happens and Miami stays with them. See, yeah, Cook with the ball here is going to gain a couple. it seems like Buffalo has definitely not played their best football game today. It just seems like, yeah, there's been a lot of turnovers, but then also it just seems like they keep going like way downfield. It's almost like they want. I saw this with the Broncos a lot this year. It's like when things aren't going great, you're looking for that one play to make everything okay again. So every time you touch the ball, you feel like you got to get it all. You got to, balance the scale back out with this play. But really, you just need to go back to playing some balanced football. And this one's going to be a throw to Hines. And Hines, there's your boy, Nyheim Hines, who catches the ball and drags 3 Dolphins for 3 more yards. Brings up a 3rd and 1. That looked like it was going to be a 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5. And now because of, look at that, just driving his legs, using his leverage. That is a good, powerful run. 3rd and 1. And Buffalo is 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions of 3 yards or less. Maybe a Josh Allen QB sneak here. Oh, well, he's in shotgun formation. He's going to throw and take a shot. Oh, what a catch! Shakir! So he has the big drop earlier in the first half and snags this one. It looked like it might have just been outside his reach, and that is what we call a snag. What is the penalty? Holding on defense. Penalties declined. What a freaking catch. Let's see this again. Whoa, what up, Ninja? Ginger said, how does Miami have that many points when Thompson's stats are that bad? Fumble recovery for a touchdown. I think 3 turnovers at this point and 4 field goals. Miami Cook trying to bounce outside. Able to only lose 1. Yeah, so Miami, even though they have 31 points, they've only scored, 2 touchdowns. They've had 2 touchdowns, a 2-point conversion, and an extra point. The rest are field goals and a defensive touchdown. And then Jinja says, what's up, Tyler? How have you been? All love in the chat. Love to see it. All right, shotgun formation for the Bills. Josh Allen trying to put a nail in a coffin here. Get his team back to a 10-point lead with a touchdown. Diggs in motion. Bottom of the screen. Finds a sweet spot. Josh Allen fakes it and then only gets back to the line of scrimmage. It seems like he's trying to do so much. Diggs was kind of settled down into a little soft spot. You may have only gained 3 points, but look at Diggs over here on the right side of the screen. He sits right there. Now, look, I understand that you have that cornerback that's reading it, but it's Stephon Diggs. You're also getting the ball in the hands of a playmaker. You don't know if that guy's going to make that tackle on Stephon Diggs. You don't have to do it all yourself, big dog. All right, shotgun, 3rd and 11. Blitz coming. He's going to strip sack. Oh, my goodness. That was Bradley Chubb. Von Miller taught him that. Wow. Bradley Chubb. All right. So now Buffalo is going to have to punt it with 4 minutes left in the game. Ooh, I didn't even see him fair catch that. That scared me. Ooh. All right. So in a game that we thought was potentially going to be a blowout, we got a 3-point game, 4 minutes left, and a chance for Miami to drive down and either tie it or take the lead in the final minutes of the quarter? Does Miami have a miracle in them? This has been just a bad game by Buffalo, in my opinion. See if a pick six is in the future. Holds it back. He's going to throw it, throws it downfield. And that one hit the turf. Tyreek Hill. Intended receiver incomplete, 2nd and 10. 4:20 left. The next game is going to be the G-Men and the Vikings in Minneapolis. Going to be a lot of scolding and clapping and grittying. But for right now, Miami's trying to actually knock off one of the most dangerous teams in the AFC with a third-string quarterback starting a second game. Can they do it? Shotgun formation, ball snapped with the play clock at 2. Takes a shot down the sideline, and it's, oh my gosh, it's almost picked. Tyreek Hill turns into a defender and does a great job breaking it up. Oh, how did he lose this ball? Buffalo just hasn't been able to do any of those type of plays. They just continue to not make those plays. Something's got to give here. Is this 4-down territory with Miami having one timeout? They called a timeout. So now Miami has no timeouts. Tyler said, good brother, Hill needs to put 2 damn hands up and catch that. So Tyler officially cheering for the Dolphins now. You heard it here first on Only Football. Tyler going for the Dolphins to beat Buffalo. Cheering for, and Ginger in the chat said, Miami's offense sounds like it's been horrible. They sound lucky to be in it. Yeah, look, it's easy to say, like, Buffalo's played a terrible game and that's why Miami's in the game. But you can only play so bad until you get into a real conversation if they deserve to win or not. I mean, if you're Buffalo, you don't feel good about how this one went down. You had a 17-0 lead, and you let Skylar Thompson have a potential game-winning drive. This is a monster third down here. So here we go. Shotgun formation. Screen shaking. Decibels are high. Blitz coming. Skylar looking. Throwing. He sees his man and makes the catch, but they're saying he caught it and lost it out of bounds. And let's see what just happened. He catches the ball, right? 1, 2, and then he loses the ball out of bounds. So it's going to be. But what about all that stuff about maintaining possession, surviving the ground? Does that? Okay, so surviving the ground is not a piece when you have clear control of the ball and possession of it in bounds. So he already established control and turned into a runner, they're saying. Let's see. I mean, 1, 2. I don't know how they could rule that any other way. There's something yellow on the field. Oh, it's a flag. They didn't put up the flag bar on the bottom of the screen. And it's like, there's something yellow. We call those flags. Yeah, I've been watching this game for 23 years, and I just sounded so stupid. So there's a flag on the play. So I thought that maybe they Sean McDermott was going to throw his challenge flag out just to see. But no, good call on him not challenging that. I think that's clearly a catch. 1st and 15, all that controversy. They don't get the playoff in time. So here they go. They're lined back up. 1st and 15. They're not in field goal range yet. They're only on the 35-yard line, 34-yard line, okay? So as big of a play as that was, it was not detrimental by any means to the Bills. And that was their only positive play of the drive as well. What are they doing? Let's go. Let's play some football. What are we looking around? What are they trying to figure out? What's the question? Can we get some information? If you guys know why the game is stopped right now, feel free to put it in the chat. So there's a false start. Okay. What is going on? Tyler says catch, and I absolutely agree. Oh, they're okay. Thank you. God. They're trying to figure out what the official time is. 4:07. It's really 4:07. So TV's taking a long time to adjust it. Not sure why. So here we go. 1st and 15. Let's get back to football. Shotgun formation. Bills, they're going to fake the run. Skylar's rolling out. Try to look back and just throws this one out of bounds. Stops the clock at 3:59. 2nd and 15. Skylar Thompson. 17 for 43. So he fakes the handoff. He rolls out to his right. And then as the blitz, as the rush gets to him, instead of looking downfield, he looks back, almost behind the line of scrimmage, back to where the other side of the field was to see maybe if there was somebody lingering over there, and doesn't see anyone over there and throws it out of bounds. 2nd and 15, shotgun formation, no running back. And there's a free blitzer, and Waddle is going to catch this one for a gain of 13. That was a great throw by Skylar because Thompson literally had a free rusher coming at him, and he was able to make that throw. That is a very, very big throw at this point in the game. 3rd and 2, 4-down territory, Miami approaching midfield. And they're going to hand this one off, and they are going to get 1 yard, but they needed 2. So here we go. If you're Buffalo, do you call a timeout here? 4th down. Oh, they only have 1 timeout? Damn. Miami totally out of timeouts, and we're under 3 minutes left in the game. $15 seconds now on the game clock or play clock. Down to 10 seconds. 8, 7. Are they going to get lined up? 5 seconds. Delay of game. How does that happen? How does that happen? How do you call a timeout or not have? Who is that on? Is that on? That's got to be on the quarterback. There is no way. You call that 3rd down run play on 3rd and 2. You know that is 4-down territory. So you know you're going for it already. So McDaniel's already got his 4th down play already picked out in the case that he doesn't get it. Your 3rd stringer's throwing the ball over 40 times. This is a recipe for disaster. That hurts. Absolutely, man. I don't know how that just happened in that moment. Shotgun formation, 4th and 6, 2:29 left in the game. Gesicki at the top of the screen, running a slant. It's not there. He rolls out, and it's a clean play, but it's incomplete. And this is probably your final score because Miami can't stop the clock, and Buffalo's just 1 first down away from your final score being 31-34. And Elam is the one that broke that up. Is that Elam, E-L-A-M, I think? He lays out his body right here for this, and he's a little banged up. Probably just got the wind knocked out of him. When you go all the way out and you're not able to stop your body, and your body just hits the ground, maybe some kind of hyperextension, whatever the case is. He made a great play on the ball, and a huge exhale. What is it? Ooh, what are they doing with his legs? Oh, he's cramping? I think he's cramping. I think they're trying to work out a cramp. Not unusual to see cramps in cold games. People don't hydrate as much, but your body needs just as much. Miami deserves to lose for sure. Yeah, I'm impressed that they came out and fought. I definitely didn't have this game being that close. And I think it's also a kind of a wake-up call for Buffalo. They cannot play like that and beat the Bengals. They can't beat the Bengals or the Chiefs. Honestly, they can't play like that and beat really much people. I mean, they are I would still want them to be in the playoffs, even after a game like that, because like when Buffalo's playing really good, like when it's just all working, Buffalo's arguably the best team in the NFL. When it's all going good, when defense is playing, I know that's like, okay, that's a dumb thing to say. Like when everything's going good, every team is good. But no, like when Buffalo's really firing on all cylinders and Josh Allen's having a day and he's running the ball and they're able to run the ball and Diggs has 150 yards, like this team could win a Super Bowl. That's why they're a Super Bowl favorite going into the year. But today was kind of a bad day at the office. And to think that Buffalo scored 34 points on a bad day, I guess that probably means something too. And Josh Allen's going to hand this one off to Cook. And Cook is only going to he's not even going to get back to line of scrimmage. 2nd and 11. So the 2-minute warning is going to stop this game in 5 seconds. And then you got 2nd down and 3rd down, which is 40 plus 40, which is 80, which is 1:20. So that'll be 40 seconds left on the clock. I guess 40 seconds left on the clock. 2nd down. And then you would have 4th down. Miami could get the ball back, especially if they just run it twice in a row.
And it's guaranteed for 3 years. Well, you would know. I'm switching. I think the bike's probably faster.
Now is the best time to switch to Verizon for just $25 a line, guaranteed for 3 years. The savings that last on the network you want. Verizon.
Yeah, Miami might have a chance if they stop the run twice in a row. Buffalo punt the ball. Say they punt the ball. That play probably takes about 8 seconds, 32 seconds. Maybe I'm expecting some kind of fair catch within the 10-yard line with, let's say, like 32 seconds in the game. So it'll be a really shitty situation for Miami where I think they would have to go pending a 1st down, which obviously would just change everything. Because if Buffalo tries to get a 1st down, that's obviously the end of the game. But if they throw an incompletion, now you stop the clock and things get weird again. And then there's a lot of pressure on that 3rd down. Now there's a lot of pressure on that 3rd down to get the 1st down because you stop the clock. And I imagine they throw another incompletion because they're almost guaranteed to throw it on third if they throw it on second. But if they just play it safe and run the ball twice in a row and punt the ball, and it's a normal punt, it'll probably be Miami ball, no timeouts, about 32 seconds to go, at least, say, 70 yards for a field goal. Fuck it, Tyreek down there somewhere. Isn't that that was an actual bet you could make on DraftKings? Fuck it, Tyreek out there somewhere. It was like any time catch of 50 yards or more for Tyreek Hill. All right. Well, we'll see if any of that actually becomes possible because we are back in Buffalo, and it is Josh Allen under center. Let's see. What is the approach here? They're going to run the ball again with Singletary. Singletary is going to pick up 4 yards, maybe 5. So it's going to bring up a 3rd and 5. Okay. That is a good play, I think, if you're going to take a chance here. At least it's 3rd and 5. Now, here's another thing that they could do. No, there's absolutely no scenario here where you would go for it on 4th down because a field goal sends it into overtime. So there's 127, 126, 125. 10 seconds left in the play clock. Allen under center. They're going to run the ball again here. Here you go. Did Singletary just pick up the 1st down? He might have just won the game. Let's see where they mark it. Let's see. Let's take a look at this replay. Singletary driving his feet. And I don't know because towards the end of that play, he had his back. He was spun totally around, so the ball was actually behind him. Yeah. I think, honestly, it did look like maybe an inch short. I understand it's hard to see in the pile, but look, you do see that he's behind. It's his back, so it looks short to me. Even if the line is off, I'm looking at that. Look at this. See, he's. I don't see that ball right there, maybe, but that's not the right angle to look at it. That's not the right angle. Let's see. Let's see what Gene says. He normally has nothing good to say.
There's no knee, body part down. So this is a case where his forward progress stops in relation to the line to gain. So you've got to look at this review now and look and see when does the running back's forward progress and move.
I don't think he got that. I personally think that he's a little short.
That's the point where you're going to put this football and take a look.
I think it's going to be 4th and inches, and I think Josh Allen's going to QB sneak in, and none of this is going to matter. But I do think calling the game properly is important. I think he's a little short. Yeah. Yes. Agreed. Here's a good pylon video, so you can see him.
This official right here, he's got it. This official, he's dead on it. He's got the spot. The biggest question I was going forward, let's pretend now, if it's over, obviously, if they give it to him, but let's say they come out and they say it'll be 4th down. Do you?
All right, so the ref's still looking on it. Microsoft Surface. Man, times have changed. You remember when they used to run up and go inside of the thing? I used to play football with my brother in the front yard. And if there was a play that, oh, you were out. No, it wasn't. He would run up and he would take our mailbox and put it down and go inside the mailbox and pretend that he was challenging the play. Man, I'd love to go back to one of those days just for a day. Be young again and be able to run. Man, we used to play football for hours. I'm talking like we would go outside and play football for 10 hours. After reviewing the play, ruling on the field stands. They're going to call it first down, game's over. Bills win by 3. Buffalo able to get out of Buffalo with a win. I mean, Miami gave them their best shot. You definitely got the bang for your buck if you're watching. Great job by Miami. You got to feel good about how Miami played, and you also got to be thinking, I mean, every Miami fan in the world is going to be like, imagine if we had Tua. Imagine if we had Tua. And as much as what ifs are kind of annoying, they kind of have a point. I think it is fair to say that if Tua Tagovailoa was in this game, Miami would have been the team to advance. And some fights going on after the final kneel down. McDaniel looking for Sean McDermott to give him the old handshake. And Miami just played the best possible game they could have played. McDaniel, Sean McDermott embracing a moment. Josh Allen and Skylar Thompson embracing a really good moment. A lot of respect out there in the field. 30-31, Chargers lost. 31-34, Buffalo won. We've seen a lot of high-scoring games. I have a feeling tonight's game is going to be a little bit different. Baltimore hasn't scored 17 points without Lamar Jackson. Since he went out against the Broncos, they've been scoring 10 points, 16 points. I think they got 17 once. So definitely expecting some low-scoring, typical, what you imagine when you think about Ravens, Bengals, Ravens, Steelers, Browns. That whole division is just pretty physical, low-scoring, old-school matchups. So that'll be tonight on Sunday Night Football on Peacock. So AFC playoff picture. Obviously, if the Ravens lose to the Bengals, then the Chiefs will play. The Chiefs would play the Jaguars, because the 4 seed would be the lowest remaining. Since 7 is eliminated, the Chargers are eliminated, the Dolphins have been eliminated, and then who's the third wild card team right now? The Ravens. So you would eliminate all the seeds besides 1, 2, 3, and 4. So then 1 would play 4, Jacksonville, and the Bills would play the Bengals. Which is what we basically, I mean, we wrote this months ago. Unfortunately, nothing's really changed in the AFC. The NFC is the wild card this year. We have Tampa, Dallas, and stuff like that, but we always knew what the AFC was going to be. I didn't expect that game to be as close as it was, but at the end of the day, like, you just always knew it was going to come down to 3 teams, the Chiefs, the Bengals, and the Bills. So that's pretty much what we're going to get. The next game right now is going to be coming on. Let's see. It is 2 o'clock West Coast time, 4 o'clock Central time, 5 o'clock on the East Coast. Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me? The Giants game is already on. So hilarious. Jacksonville came out of nowhere. Tyler says hilarious. And then Ginger said Jacksonville came out of nowhere pretty much. Yeah, Jacksonville had an amazing second half. That was awesome to watch. And I have to switch this now to the Vikings game. The Vikings just got their first score of the game with an extension over the pylon, Justin Jefferson. And it's going to be under further review right now. O'Connell is not liking that it's going to be reviewed, but here it is. Justin Jefferson extends. Looks like he might be short on a second look. His knee was down before the ball hit the pylon. But right now, there's 8 minutes in the first quarter, and it's 6-0. And we're actually going to switch to that game. So what we're going to do is we're going to end the broadcast, and we're going to start a new one right away. So people that Google Vikings-Giants live stream will pop up, because this one is titled Buffalo-Miami. So this is not goodbye. I'm just making a new stream, and I'll see you guys in a second. And let's see if I can figure out how to end this one. Here it is. All right, guys. I'll see you in a minute. See ya.